before we get down to business, we just want to give you a wee warning, eh?
We're about to talk about this movie at length, including its entire plot.
Aye, so consider this your spoiler warning, eh?
Also, bear in mind these are just our opinions and we are most definitely not experts.
Aye, we're no filmmakers or students or any of that.
We 100% encourage you to disagree. If you want to, you can tell us by email or socials.
Anyway, let's get on with it. It's rotten movie time.
Woo!
Enjoy. Hello, welcome to Rank Rotten, our April episode.
Woo!
Technically, just. Well, actually, no, it's the 1st of May this is going out.
Yeah.
Well, it's the April one though, right?
Why don't you just schedule it for like 11:59?
Aye, that's what I'll do. Actually, we'll do that. Welcome. Kat, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you, yes. How are you?
I'm alright, aye. Do you know, I'd like to start today's episode by stating, right, I swear, right, never listen to Rotten Tomatoes. I can honestly say, dinna listen to it.
That's our whole point.
But I watched this movie, right, I think you ken what I'm going to say.
I do.
Two Witches. Have you heard of this film?
I've heard you talk about it.
Well, of course, you've definitely heard about it now. I'll tell you, I watched this movie because I bought it on Amazon ages ago because it sounded cool and I like me a bit of folk horror, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was terrible. Now, people might disagree. People might have really liked it, and that's fine because that's what makes the world go round. That's what we say here all the time.
Absolutely.
But this movie was fresh, way fresh. The audience score, much lower. So it's another example of this thing. The critics are like, oh, it's great. But honestly, man, I was actually annoyed watching it. You know, when I get really pissed when I'm watching a movie because something like starts to irritate me or something.
Yeah.
Oh my God, nah. But I mean, it's not the only movie we've watched. I just thought it would be fun to go through some of the movies we've watched since we recorded last.
Mm-hmm. Well, like little mini reviews.
Aye, totally. So, right, I'm going to list the movies we've seen together now, and you can, I don't know, make a noise or something for the ones you liked, and then, I don't know, make a fart noise or something for the ones you didn't.
Okay, I
Have
can
you
make
got a
fart
positive,
noises.
happy noise you can make?
Woo!
That's good. Nailed it. All right, cool. Well, we went to see Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Woo!
Agreed. It was good fun. We really enjoyed it. I had a good day out. Then we watched Pizza Movie.
Woo!
Aye, good fun movie. That was with the wee lad for the Goldbergs and one of the lads for Stranger Things. It was good. And it was very silly. Very silly.
Just a point on this. I watched a thing on YouTube, because apparently that's what I do now. It was a Polygon thing, and you know, like Criterion Collection, where they have people picking their movies. Did that, but with games.
Oh, that's quite
And
a
it
cool
was
idea,
with,
aye. I like the Criterion ones.
Yeah, it was really interesting because it was with Gattin, I think his name is.
Right.
Dustin from Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah.
And he was going through all the games. It was really interesting. I'd really recommend it. It was only like 20 minutes.
I'm going to check that out. I will link it in the show notes for any gamers out there who want to watch it, because I'm going to watch it anyway, so I might as well slap it in there. What do you think?
I would recommend.
Cool. The next movie we watched was Polite Society.
Woo!
Yeah, we particularly enjoyed that one, wasn't it? It was a fun
really
movie, sitting wondering what was going on. The plot was quite fun. It was great. I liked the theme.
Yeah.
I liked the cast. I liked everything about it. It was great fun. Its vibe. It was an ode to all those cool martial arts movies and stuff. I liked it.
I liked it too, yeah.
Then we went to see Fantastic Mr. Fox in the cinema.
Woo!
Agreed. We actually went to the cinema to see it, and I left and I went, Kat, Fantastic Mr. Fox has entered my top 5 movies ever.
There's not much about it I don't like.
It's just excellent.
Yeah.
We also watched, finally, K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yes, we did. Woo!
100%. The soundtrack to that movie has been permeating the walls in this house.
We can both be listening to it in 2 different rooms.
Yeah, totally. Like, I'm swaggering down the street, like, genuinely swaggering like I own the place. And I'm not listening to doom metal or whatever. I'm listening to the K-pop Demon Hunters, you know what I mean?
Totally. You can do anything to those songs. It's
Absolutely.
amazing. So much so that I'm loving it. And it makes me feel badass. So I was like, right, I'm going to listen to it on my way to work. I'm going to march to the train station, like, blasting it in my ears. And I was like, yeah. And it was sunny. And, like, I was dressed nice because I'm going to work. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is the best. I was like, such a badass, yeah. Only to discover that my dress had lifted up and got tucked under my backpack. So
it's unfortunate, but I bet anybody noticed. I think you're fine.
Yeah, it probably was just like for a minute.
I think you're quite sensitive to it when you're walking. It used to happen to me with my shirts riding up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be tugging them down because my backpack would be doing it, so it does happen.
Yeah, it really interrupted my strut though.
But K-pop Demon Hunters is fun. We loved it. We've watched it 3 times. I'm not kidding. because it's been a turbulent few weeks. We've had a few things going on, and in the evenings I've just been like, nah, I want to cheer myself up. So we've been sat and watched it, and it's
Yeah, absolutely. And I've got a bad shoulder, so I think that doing the soda pop shoulders
the
is
soda
physio.
pop shoulder, yeah, absolutely. I'm sitting here with a freaking K-pop Demon Hunters t-shirt on tonight. Like, I'm shamelessly loving it.
It's amazing.
And then last night we watched the Until Dawn movie. Fair, I would 100% agree with that assessment. It sucked. We enjoyed the Until Dawn video games, or at least the first one. We played through that. Class game. A lot going on. I think they decided to try and do the same with the movie, and it was a disaster.
But I actually don't think they did. Like, the game was a pretty good blueprint. Like, you know, they've got the house, they've got the design, they've got everything they need, and then they chose, like, nah,
We'll just change it entirely, aye.
Totally.
Very odd, very odd. I also watched a few films. I watched Two Witches, obviously, like I said. I watched a film called The Ritual, British made, about campers in Sweden. Another folk horror film. I was buzzing about it, but in the end, it was a bit of a... It was kind of like half... It's like you're going for a jobby and you're excited about it, so it'd be like a... Woo! Like that. I watched The Brave Little Toaster, finally. It was alright.
No, okay.
Just alright.
So, like, again, another little pump while you're pooping?
Like that, aye. I also watched The Man Who Knew Too Much, which is an old Hitchcock movie from the 30s, though, from 34 or something like that. And it was class. It was quite good. Quite enjoyed that one.
Woo!
And woo, sorry. And also the biggest woo of this week, Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair.
Kill Bill.
The supercut of Kill Bill was ace, wasn't it?
Yeah, really enjoyed that.
Oh man, it was so good, so good. It was like our last Saturday. That's what we did, eh? Just like we'd finished everything we had today. We sat down nice and early after tea, and that was our evening, just watching it, and I just felt so comforting because I've seen it a lot as a kid, and it just like totally chilled me out. Excellent. But you ken what else we watched this week? We watched Critters, obviously.
Obviously.
Because 1986, so it's 40 years old.
That's crazy.
Mental.
Honestly.
It's 40 years old, and I think the birthday, like, it was just literally this month. So that's why I thought it would be a good one for this month.
Yeah, perfect timing.
It is a weird one. The 80s doesn't feel like 40 years ago, because I was watching these films when I was a kid, but then I am nearly 40, and I'm forgetting this, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe you are forgetting that, but you don't look 40, darling.
Thanks, I guess. But I was looking into the movie because it's its anniversary. There's been some information flying around about it, so I read some stuff, and I thought you might like to know a few wee bits about Critters before we roll into this thing.
Oh, yes, please.
A few wee tidbits, right? So whilst doing my research, there's another film that is very much tied into this film's story, and that is Gremlins.
I thought this might come up.
Absolutely had to come up, right? So I was listening to a podcast called Camp Classics, and that is with Crystal, who was in RuPaul's Drag Race. Now it's the Canadian Crystal.
Yeah, so they're in the UK one. Just to make things
sorry,
extra
of course,
confusing.
it was the UK one. I forget. I didn't really. We've not watched a lot of RuPaul for a long time, and if we have, it tends to be that because it's on BBC. So, and he also does it with Baby Lame, who's another drag performer who's really funny actually, and quirky, and like refers to himself as a drag monstrosity. So. It's quite funny. Eh? They were saying, because Gremlins happened, loads of films happened, including this one, including Critters, right? But that movie itself was, it was the time it was all made and stuff. It was criticised. Believe it or not, like a lot of folk criticised Gremlins for being too thin in terms of plot and too archaic.
Oh, really?
Aye, and some people were like it was inappropriately marketed because people were taking their kids to go.
Well, that's awkward.
Because it was kind of marketed that way, and there was, there's some sort of cultural things that some people didn't like as much and stuff, But listening to them talk about that just had me thinking about this whole sort of small creature movie trend which Gremlins had started. So you had Critters, you had Munchies, which I've been trying to get, as you well know. Ghoulies was another one. There was a few of these types of movies with little creatures in them.
Yeah. Even when you think like Puppet Master and stuff, little odd creatures.
Aye, totally. So I also read an article by a guy called Matt Konopka from Dread Central, which is a website I've been on before. And it's quite interesting. So they were sort of saying, like, with Gremlins in mind, right? Critters is often seen as a Gremlins rip-off. Fact.
Yeah,
right?
It definitely is.
There is many differences, but it is always seen that way. Stephen Herrick, who's the guy that directed it, and Dominic Muir, who's the guy that wrote it, have maintained that the original script was written in 1981.
Oh, right. Okay, so quite a bit before.
Prior to Gremlins. And they could, and Gremlins went into production. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's interesting because the script for Critters and the script for Gremlins were originally much more violent than they are.
Interesting.
Both films were the same, and both were toned down to both try and appeal to more audiences. It's kind of wild. But interestingly, Dominic Muir also wrote Ginger Dead Man.
Oh, right. Okay. Wow.
So I'll just, you know what, I'll just leave that there, because you never know, that might pop back up again, Ginger Dead Man.
It may well.
It may well. But Critters was greenlit by New Line Cinema in 1984 after Gremlins became a massive hit. Funny that, eh?
Yeah.
The writers were asked to tweak the script a wee bit to be more similar to Gremlins, which kind of annoys me. Because I thought it'd be like, right, let's tweak the script to make it a little bit more different. But no, let's tweak it to make it like it so that we can, so that more people will latch onto it and be like, this is like Gremlins, how good is this?
Okay.
It's a weird one, because there are scenes in the movie that are Gremlins-esque.
Definitely.
Which do bring you some joy as well. Interestingly, Roger Corman, right? So he's the guy that made X, Man with X-Ray Eyes, and Little Shop of Horrors and stuff, right?
Oh, okay.
Do you know, actually, I watched that too. That was another movie I watched, X, the Man with X-Ray Eyes. Quite good. It's good. It's good. It's all right.
Oh, good.
Basically, he was about to make it, and then and this guy Bob Shea came in and sweeped it from under him, and that he ended up making it, not Roger Corman.
If you're not fast, you're last.
That's it. And this dude had the view to making the movie more child-friendly, or a sort of gateway horror.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So, and like I say, much like Gremlins, both films were supposed to be significantly sort of more R-rated. But he wanted to make it a bit lighter because it was a way to obviously reach more of an audience and thus, make more money. Do you know what I mean?
What it all always comes down to.
Aye, basically. And it landed in the UK as a 15 in the end. But still, it's sort of kid-friendly. Like, 15 is still really young, and, maybe that's when you're going to get into horror films. Like, I got into them when I was much younger than that. Many kids do, because it's a forbidden thing you're not supposed to watch or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I also think that despite some of the language, that actually if this film was rated now, it probably would be a 12.
Yeah.
Like, I think
there's some
cinema's
blood and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know?
The world's a much more exposed place now, I think, than back in the 80s.
People are used to seeing more maybe now. You watch a movie, a very old film, and it's rated whatever, and you're like, wait a minute, how's that? If that came out now, it wouldn't be, you know what I mean? Fact. Although to a degree, sometimes we're much more sensitive now too, so it's a weird one.
There's a balance.
Aye. He went on to say the following. He said, when I was a monster kid, first delving into all things horror, I had a rotation of a handful of films that played in my house constantly. They included Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh, excellent film.
That's it. Ghoulies.
Okay.
The Gate.
Oh, okay, I like that one.
Just to say, actually, The Gate we watched that movie, and there is little creatures in it.
Yeah.
It's quite good. It's weird. It's trippy.
A weird film.
I'm into these trippy horror films, clearly, but it's good. And surprise, surprise, Critters. Maybe it was the fact that the vicious little furballs happened to also be so goddamn cute. Or that everyone's favourite movie mum, Dee Wallace, plays Brad's mother. But I adored Critters from the moment my eyes chomped into it. It was accessible, and it marked an important leap from something like Ernest Scared Stupid into a more violent world of horror. Interestingly, we've got Ernest Scared Stupid aside.
We do.
To watch, because it's one people say you should watch at Halloween. So.
There you go. Yeah, it's been on the list for a while.
That's it. Director Stephen Herrick, he did Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, by the way. His debut film is that perfect blend of silly comedy and horror that made it a prime gateway film for kids. Right from the get-go, we arrive at a prison ship in outer space. Yeah. There we find the mischievous little KRITEs, a pair of Play-Doh-headed bounty hunters, and a holographic alien, straight out of a lineup of Star Wars extras. Be still, my monster kid heart, is what he said. He also mentioned at one point that he preferred it to Gremlins, even though he could recognise that it was probably a better movie than Critters is.
Yes, okay. Interesting.
And he went on to say, amongst a handful of others, I have Critters to thank for my love of horror. It became a stepping stone for countless monster kids who grew up on the likes of The Nightmare Before Christmas and found themselves curious about the darker side of the genre. 40 years later, it remains one of the best to follow in the footsteps of Gremlins, even if it was written a long time before that film.
A little dig at the, at the end there.
Like that in there. He makes some good points there, and I kind of agreed with everything he said. I read this article before I watched the movie, because I'd seen the movie before. And now reading it, I totally agree.
Yeah, I think
it is
many
ways.
Exactly that little gateway into the world of horror.
He mentioned the Chiodo brothers there too, so they were the guys that they designed the KRITEs, right? And you know this. And they also designed the Killer Clowns from Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
When you think about it, you can see a lot of similarities in the design and stuff.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space is another favourite to throw on in this house. For pure joy and nostalgia and fun. It's just great.
We also do say, put up your ducks.
Put up your ducks. All the time. Do you know what's funny? I also read somewhere else that the director from, or at least one of the editors from Gremlins, Tina Hirsch, went on to direct that movie Munchies that I mentioned earlier.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. And I mean, that film is so poorly rated from Munchies, but I need to see it. It's become a mission to see it. I want to see that. I want to see Ghoulies as well. I want to see all of those shitty little monster films that are rip-offs of Gremlins. Mostly because they'll just prop up and support my point that Critters is actually quite good. But I didn't want to nail my colours to the mast quite yet, Quite yet. We've got a bit of discussion to go first.
Yes, we do. Just a bit.
So there you go, Kat. A wee bit of background on Critters.
Yeah, a little bit of flavour.
A little bit of flavour. Yeah. Don't know what that was. That's going to sound horrible, sorry. Anyway, and before we get started with more discussions about the plot, etc., would you like to roll through the information we have on Critters?
Absolutely, let's get the info.
I'll say that with a tease there. Critters.
Critters. So as we've established, this week we're covering Critters. It was released on the 11th of April 1986. So as you said, very recent birthday. Happy 40th
the
birthday.
Big 40.
The big 40. They say life begins at 40. Maybe that'll be true for Critters.
Yeah, I hope that's true for me. Sorry, I've got a mouthful of Percy pigs over me.
Sounds like you're living your life right.
I am. I'll tell you, no, we've got a Percy pig pick and mix.
We do.
That was really hard to say. Percy pig mix. But we've got one. We've got the little snouts, the fizzy tails, and the Percy's originals.
Yeah.
And if there's any American listeners out there, sorry, you'll not understand this, but they are banging. You should get yourself some Percy's if you come over.
Yeah, I think there'd probably be a big import market for Percy pigs.
Oh, aye.
Lovely. So this film was rated to 15, as you said, and it has quite a short runtime at 1 hour and 25 minutes.
Sometimes quite nice doing the wee short films on this, eh?
It does make all the difference.
Doesn't make for a shorter episode though, because we talk so much shite.
Unfortunately for everybody else, yes we do. The budget for this one was only $3 million.
That's wild.
However, in the box office, it made $13.2 million.
Wow.
So
that sounds silly compared to the money that movies make now, but that's pretty tremendous.
Yeah, I think it's
for such a low budget movie, you know.
Yeah. The director was Stephen Herrick, as you said, and it was written by Stephen Herrick and Dominic Muir. The music was by David Newman.
See, every time I picture Dominic Muir, I just picture Dirty Dom for WWE. Can Dominic Mysterio?
Yeah.
It's literally Dominic Mysterio with his wee skeleton wrestling jacket on, and he's got his wee moustache, and he's got his chicken tendies, and he's just writing a movie in my head.
Okay, cool. Why not? It could be Dom Mysterio.
Aye. Well, it's the Dominic that I think, sorry.
Yeah, but I'm afraid in this time it's Dominic Muir.
Dirty Dominic Muir.
You'll have you sued. The production studio for this film was Show Films. This is obviously not based on a book. The taglines for this film, there was a couple. They eat so fast, you don't have time to scream. The original tasty entree. Quite good. When you've got critters, you need all the help you can get.
Oh, because of the bounty hunter guys, maybe. Is that what that's referring to, potentially?
Yeah, I had to sit and think about that one, which probably isn't great.
Alright, so the first one's the best one, eh? They eat so fast, you don't have time to scream.
That was the best one.
That's the one. The rest are F minuses for me. I think that's a thing, but it is now.
A new level of low.
Okay, anyway. The synopsis for this film we have is a group of small but vicious alien creatures called KRITEs. That's KRITEs, by the way. So I don't know why I say that. I have to tell you again. Eh? A group of small but vicious alien creatures called KRITEs escape from an alien prison transport vessel and land near a Kansas farmhouse. It's up to the Brown family and some of the locals to fend off the maniacal munching monsters until backup in the form of shapeshifting alien bounty hunters can arrive. Yes, that is what this film is about.
In a nutshell, yeah.
Strap in, you're in for a raid.
Maniacal munching monsters. Maniacal munching monsters. Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, to be fair, I wrote that. I can't help myself. Really I can't help myself sometimes.
Really good. If we sold merch, we'd have that on a t-shirt.
Totally. Maniacal munching monsters. Eat a tomato. I don't know what that was, sorry.
Beautiful. Love it. The scores for this film were the tomatometer gave it a 52%, but the popcorn meter was even worse off at 45%.
They're still relatively close together. There's not that much disparity in that score, really, is there?
Yeah, no. I thought it might be more popular with
audiences.
It's
like less than 10% difference.
Yeah, it's not a huge difference compared to some of the discrepancies we see. Whew. There is no cinema score for this movie.
I personally didn't even believe cinema score's real because I've never seen a wee gadget with a card. I've never been approached.
Yes. I think
nonsense.
I know. Get your finger out.
Okay, get your finger out, cinema score. I'm only joking. We like cinema score in these parts. We just wanted to quickly say, if you're enjoying the podcast, please consider doing a wee rating or a review wherever you're listening.
The more ratings we have, the more people see the podcast and the more people join our little club.
Aye, that's right. Ratings and reviews increase visibility or whatever, isn't it?
Yeah.
Most popular podcast platforms like Spotify or Apple Podcasts allow you to leave a wee rating or a review. So wherever you're listening, if you can consider doing that, we'd massively appreciate it.
We really, really would.
As well as that, if you'd like to follow us on our socials, they are as follows. Instagram, Threads, TikTok and Blue Sky are all at Rank Rotten Pod. That's at Rank Rotten Pod for Instagram, Threads, TikTok and Blue Sky.
And we're also on Facebook as Rank Rotten, a Rotten Movies podcast. You can also subscribe to us on YouTube, as well as listen to the full episodes there too. That's also at Rank Rotten Pod.
You can also email us at rankrottenpod@gmail.com. You can send us any feedback or let us know what you thought of any of the movies we've talked about, suggest a rotten film, or just say hello. Again, that email address is rankrottenpod@gmail.com.
Anyway, should we get into the plot now?
Totally, let's do it, man. Right, Percy, pigs at the ready.
Let's
Get the sugar on the go. I'm actually not even lying, I've got 3 sweeties left.
I've got 4.
Wow, you're dead. It's alright, we're doing okay. We'll have to make them last now though.
Okay.
I'm only kidding, there's more through Ben. Don't you worry.
It's getting childhood flashbacks.
So our film opens to a scene of an asteroid being used as a space prison, because that's what we're watching.
Darn tootin'.
The warden's getting a group of prisoners ready to be moved and notice that the Krites are up to something.
Them Krites is up to summit.
They're up to something. And we see an explosion and hear that the Krites have escaped on a spaceship. It's funny because, like, right away I was like, I'm in. And the Star Wars kid in me was like, let's do this.
Yes.
It's like that man said in the article. Yeah, I was like, let's go.
100%, yeah, because it's super sci-fi heavy. I was so into it. It was like the warden floats.
Yeah, the warden's a little man that looks like he's got a squid on his head and he's sort of blue and he floats around and it's really random.
I feel like for the Star Wars people out there, and if you don't want to watch this film, that you get an image in your head straight away of Max Rebo with the guy who owns the Rancor. Yeah, the big crybaby.
Yeah.
So if you blend the two of them together and put them in a, like, Grogu's little floaty chair, you're pretty much there.
So if you're a Star Wars fan, Kat's described it quite well there,
Yeah.
I think, actually.
If you haven't seen Star Wars or don't like it, get a grip.
Also, right, I love this. They're killing prisoners because there's not enough food.
Yeah,
Did you hear
I
this?
also noted this.
Like, yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, like, they were eating us out of house and home, so we've had to kill 2 of them. But I think that's to tell you about the Krites. And
Yeah, I thought it was about like the conditions in this space place. Whoever it is, it's like worse than the UK. We're not killing our prisoners here because there's not enough food yet.
Not yet. Give it time. 6 months. Yeah, but I think it's just to set it up so that they're not like, oh, there's 8 of these guys. Because they're like, oh yeah, there was 10 Krites to begin with, but they were eating us out of house and home, so we've killed 2 of them.
Aye.
Soz about that. Hope you
I'll
didn't
put it
want
in the
to
handover diary for you, mate. Come on, I mean. And then we see the bounty hunters, and they basically now. I didn't watch WrestleMania this year, right?
Yes.
Because WWE's not been floating my boat as much recently, but I did see what happened, and I've watched some of it, and I've seen highlights and stuff. But the 2 bounty hunters looked like the tag team, the Irresistible Forces, when for their entrance for WrestleMania. Did you see that entrance?
I did see that.
And they had these big white face mask things on, and they're both it's Lash Legend and Nia Jax. They're both very tall, muscly women.
They're very big ladies.
And they've got these fucking big white masks on. And it was like, genuinely, that's what about it. And I was like, it's the Irresistible Forces, check it out. And this is going to age like cheese because there'll no be a tag team in a month, probably.
Probably not tag team now.
Okay, eh? On Earth, we see the Brown farm where the Brown family live, and they're getting ready for their day. Various family members kicking about, including Helen, who is the mother of the family, played by the legendary Dee Wallace.
Scream Queen.
Dee Wallace was in films such as Cujo, E.T., she plays the mum in E.T. more importantly. She was in The Howling, she was in The Hills Have Eyes, and she was in Frighteners.
I love Frighteners.
Aye, all rad movies pretty much, innit?
Yeah.
Legend. And she's making breakfast for the family. We've got 2 kids. We've got April, who's played by Nadine van der Velde, and Brad, who's played by Scott Grimes. And Scott Grimes is, we knew him as the guy from the Orville.
Yeah.
Who's in the Orville when he's obviously much older.
It's crazy. He is one of these guys that you've seen him in loads of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But
100%.
Orville's really the only one I can name off the top of my head.
I know. Orville's good, though.
So good.
Quite like it. But they're fighting, the siblings are fighting over the bathroom, as they tend to do. And Brad is trying to heat up a thermometer so he can fake illness to get out a test at school.
Who hasn't done that?
Also, Dee Wallace is pouring with a carton of Minute Maid
Yeah.
orange juice.
Oh, the product placement was straight out of the gate.
Well, you've got to fund your shoestring budget somehow.
Also true.
And there's a crazy man in the basement speaking to a vent. I noticed this. Did you see that?
I did see this.
It's like she's shouting to the kitchen flare and he's shouting up through the vents. They're just chatting to each other through the vent.
Yep, eccentric married life.
Yep. And then the Baron, what's his name? Brad comes over and he just like, for a minute I thought he dumps the cat off the chair.
Yeah.
But he didn't. The cat was on the table.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's what you're ordering. You didn't move the cat or the dog. That's the dog's space.
What, the kitchen table?
No, the kitchen table. I assumed it was on the chair.
That's true. That's just because we live with Gus. He just steals your chair at every opportunity.
It's like he just dumps poor wee Chester or whatever it is. What's the cat's name?
Chewy.
Chewy?
Yeah, Chewy.
All right. Well, I've got Chester here.
You've dubbed the cat Chester.
Chester.
I dubbed the Chester.
He dumps it like he's a turd. I'm like, that's your cat, mate. Be nicer to the cat, please. This is not the way. Right? You dare just dump the pet to sit down. So with Gus, it's sometimes difficult. We've kind of trained him to go to his bed at night.
Yes.
So he makes his way to bed himself. It's taken a bit of time, but he's got quite good at it now.
Oh, but that's because when he first started sleeping on our bed, he was terrible. He'd kick me in the back. He
just like get right up in between the two of us and like, and pushes out the road. We've kind of had to work on that a wee bit.
Yeah, like he didn't have any boundaries. Like he used to lick your face while you were sleeping.
Like, he like that. He's like snogging me while I was asleep.
I was going to say, including that
I woke
one
up and
time
I
he
was like,
slipped
the
in
most
the tongue.
rude awakening ever, and you were just sitting laughing. Didn't need anything to stop it.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Intervene. And I thought the whole, I'm sick because of a test was so basic.
It was a little bit basic.
Yeah, because it's like we've seen it in movies so many times, but it's fine. It was the 86, it's all right.
Yeah. I do have to say, though, the breakfast did look good.
The breakfast looked banging.
So much crispy bacon.
8.5 out of 10 for the breakfast. On top of that.
8.5 out of 10.
Aye. Right, anyway. So basically, the sister, what's her name, April, is it?
Mm-hmm.
She gets a phone call for her boyfriend, and Brad makes a comment which absolutely cracked me up. I loved it.
So who is this Steve?
The dork from New York. Shut up, you're such a baby.
You're such a baby.
You're such a baby. Yeah, they do.
The dork from New York. Loved that.
Excellent. Yeah, they do really lean into the whole sibling thing in this film.
Oh, majorly.
But it's quite nice to see.
But he's coming for dinner, this boyfriend, allegedly, isn't he?
Yeah, he's supposed to be coming for dinner.
April basically then sits down and she's like, well, Brad's got a test today, by the way, so he has to go to school. This is what's happening here. She dobs him in it.
She's terrible. That's why he gets, like, that's the revenge for Dork from New York.
Fair. I'm pretty sure Helen's not really going to fall for anything. She's been here before.
Yes, I think he might have tried it once or twice before and she's having none of it.
Anyway, he goes to, the dad then tells them they need to get ready for school. And it's just, like, he's brutal. It's hilarious. So the kind of language that flies then. Maybe not so much now. Although, I think I might bank this one for a future. I'm not sure.
Get yourself ready for school, boy.
Dad.
You miss that bus, I'm gonna skin you and hang your bones out to dry.
Maybe no. It's a bit much.
Yeah, oh. I really appreciate the dad.
Aye, totally. But this guy's a bit, I don't know, he feels like an old school actor, but it just looked to me like when I looked at his film history, Billy Green Bush, this guy, and I feel, I didn't count who he is yet at this point in my life, but he is loads of films in the 70s.
Oh, really? He does have, it sounds terrible, but he still had quite a 70s look to him. I don't know if it's because they were trying to make him look older.
Potentially, aye.
Like just his style and the way the hair was and stuff.
Totally.
But there was loads of things I loved about the dad, Jay. Like he was just like the shouting up and down through the vent, as you've said.
Crazy man. Shouts
Yeah.
at basement ceiling now.
Basically, yeah. But the fact that like he obviously gives the kids very old school style threats, but he drinks every drink out of a jar.
Oh,
Did you
yeah.
notice this?
And reminded me of Kill Bill 2, when Bud pours the margaritas into a jar.
Yeah.
We were watching Kill Bill, and Bud made the margaritas, and Kat was like, pause it. You made the margarita?
Yeah, it was good.
We've got alcohol-free tequila, it's a thing, and some margarita mix, and you slushed it up with ice. It was great.
Yeah. Chili. It's good. Yeah, chili isn't cold, by the way. It wasn't a spicy margarita.
No. Can't be arsed with that.
No, that's one step too far.
It's already like intense enough, and it's going to give me heartburn as it is. I don't want chili on top of that.
Super citrus. The decor in the kitchen is definitely a choice.
Oh, well, you hated it. I was like, that kitchen's cool, and it's funky and jazzy.
It is hideous.
Aye, probably. To be fair.
Depending on the lighting, it goes from between lime green to mint green
Yeah.
with red handles.
It's the red knobs. I was like, look at them red knobs. Oh, sorry. You're savage, yeah.
I am.
And just as the kids head off to school, we see Mum and Dad sitting going, where's Charlie, by the way? So we thought Charlie was the dog.
Yeah, I was 100% convinced there was going to be some dog.
Something's happened to the dog. That's what we were like, eh?
Yeah.
But no, Charlie's like their farmhand, and he's like the local town drunk sort of thing. He's an eccentric guy, to say the least, eh?
Yeah, he's definitely wacky.
He's the Pete the JK of this town.
Basically, that's a very good description.
Aye, sorry, that might not make sense to anybody who's no seen Still Game, but if you shouldn't, he's a character for Still Game. And the web continues to be spun. The web! Right? because we go into the frickin' police station, and Lynn Shay, who was in our movie
Cinderella
Story is the principal. She is the secretary at the bloody police station. And Emmett Walsh is also here, who was the neighbour from Christmas with the Cranks. Who's like that old man, can him?
Yeah.
He is in this too. So we've got a couple of rank rotten alumnus.
Yes, we do.
You know what I mean?
I'm sure it's a club they feel privileged to be in.
True. I just wanted to say alumnus. It's quite fun. Try it.
Alumnus.
It's good, eh?
It is.
So anyway, Charlie's at the police station sleeping off a night of drinking, and he talks to the receptionist, Sally, who's played by Lynn Shay, and the sheriff, Harvey, who's Emmett Walsh, as I said, about the fact that he's been feeling things in his fillings, and that means aliens are trying to communicate with him. Accurate.
Maybe.
I was thinking about this. I think that's why I've had so much problems with my teeth.
Oh,
Like, like aliens freak me out a wee bit. Like, I'm equal parts obsessed with the idea of aliens and equally terrified by the idea of aliens. It's a very strange situation to be in.
Yeah, I can't tell how you're going to react to some aliens. I'm like, oh.
No, but it's something I find really interesting. And movies are certain, but there's certain ones where I just can't stomach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a very strange thing. But I was actually thinking, like, do you know, it's like maybe they can contact you through your teeth because you hear things, eh? Right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, what are you laughing at? Right? And it's like, you know, like street lights, they say they flicker when you pass them in that because the alien tech communication or something.
Is that what they say?
I don't know.
Who's
Probably.
telling you these things?
I don't know. I think I read it somewhere one time.
Okay.
So Charlie could, as we know, soon enough, Charlie's no wrong, right?
I have watched enough X-Files to not be like, that's not ridiculous.
Yeah, true. But we've got more movie tropes here. We've had the, I'm too sick to go to school. Oh, the siblings fight a lot. And you know, and here we've got this sort of eccentric town drunk character, and you know, who's by the way completely lovable as well.
Definitely.
He is. He's so. You really like him. I don't know if he's designed that way or if that's by design or no, but it's hard not to like Charlie in this film.
Definitely. Like, I think Don Keith Opper, who's the guy who plays him, managed to make him so empathetic and so endearing that you're just like, oh, Charlie. At this point, we go back to space.
Space. Sorry.
It was really good.
Thanks.
We see the warden of the space prison is now engaging two bounty hunters.
I mentioned they look a bit like the Irresistible Forces earlier. I was talking about that, right? I'm going to post an image. I'm going to post a comparison between the two. Right, I've already got a screenie because I've in a picture for WrestleMania, right? So you can see where I'm coming from with this. And I've done this before, and I sometimes think it's just me that sees these similarities. But we'll do it anyway. And y'all can decide.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be alone, but it'll be interesting to see how people react.
True.
So the bounty hunters have been engaged to go after the Krites. So it only makes sense that they have a little discussion about it with the most ridiculous voices.
Oh, like, is that their voices or is it the voice of the computer? I thought it was like the computer was like telling them.
Oh, I assumed it was them talking. I just thought these bounty hunters had absolutely ridiculous little voices.
I know, it's odd. The voice choice is quite odd. But I'm pretty sure it's the computer speaking. Specking.
Earth is a culture of many contrasts. There are technological advances.
There are technological advancements.
It does make much more sense that would be the computer rather than having those little weird voices.
I think I know, they're just talking to each other. Is that what you thought?
Just having these little odd little conversations.
Okay.
They are aliens, they might talk like that.
Also, when they're chatting to the guy that's employed them, the squidheads, Max Rebo, Grogu, floating Rancor man, it's a hologram. It's very Star Wars.
Oh.
It's so Star Wars. It's like a blue hologram in the middle of the ship that they're talking to. And I'm like, guys.
I can't. Honestly. What are they like? I can't wait for hologram technology to become a real thing. Like,
oh, can you imagine though? You'd be sitting there, like your boss would be in this room.
Oh no, hard pass.
Okay, what I mean? You
They would want to be here.
No, they want people in the house. Like,
yeah, nah, hard pass with that one actually. So these bounty hunters have a bit of an unusual look where they've got kind of plasticine heads. It actually transpires that they have the ability to shapeshift.
that's why they've got big, stupid, weird faces. Things.
That's why they've got plasticine heads.
Aye.
So one of them manages to shapeshift onto one of the videos he's seeing of Johnny Steele.
Oh, God. Power of the Night! Oh, by the way, that article, I'm pretty sure the article I read from Dread Central was called Power of the Crite.
Oh.
Right, sorry, I should have said that. Power of the Crite because this song dominates the first part of the movie.
It really does.
We absolutely had to take a clip of Power of the Night when the guys, the bounty hunters watching it on the wee TV screen.
What a bop.
Okay,
So good.
we were singing it for like 2 days after. We've only just stopped singing it.
Yeah.
We watched this on Wednesday or something.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it's Friday. Friday night recording session.
Woo! When they're getting their briefing around the Krites and Earth and all that, the warden does say that they've to not blow up the planet like they've done in the past.
Yeah, so they've obviously got priors of just doing what the feck they want.
They really have.
And it's, I tell you, see this Johnny Steele fella? Looks like Pat Sharp, eh?
Aye, he's got very Pat Sharpy features.
He's got a bit of Pat Sharp about him. Again, for the non-UK people, because there is a few of you, the Pat Sharp is a entertainer in this country. A kids entertainer, maybe kids show host. He hosted a show called Funhouse.
Yeah.
Whole lot of fun, prizes to be won. It was a whole thing.
It was a whole thing. I was desperate to go on that.
Everybody wanted to be on Funhouse.
Yeah. But yes, Pat Sharp also had the large hair of Johnny Steele as
Big
well.
blonde mullet Pat Sharp, aye.
Yeah, it was a look. So the other bounty hunter actually doesn't manage to transform, and what he says here is that none of the faces really take.
Yeah, he's like, nothing's taken. Alright, fair. Also, just to say, there is a stunning piece, a practical makeupery here, and it's very reminiscent of Hellraiser, and it's awesome. And I read this in another article where somebody was saying the Hellraiser moment is a favourite because the makeup and the layers, when the guy's face transforms, the first time they do the transformation, they obviously want to show you how it works completely for the ground up, and so it's like his face melts, and there's like muscle and that. It's very Hellraiser. It's cool.
It's really cool. Like, it still looks amazing when you consider that, like, obviously it's the 40th anniversary this year. It looks
Aye.
very good. So just before the Johnny Steele transformation, actually, we see a little bit of the Power of the Night video, and there's a nice little Easter egg in there. Say, like, because it came up with the title, like they used to do on top of the pops.
Yeah.
So it had like the song title, the band, and it said Show Records,
As in the company that made the movie.
as in the production company.
Aye. Kind of in those old music videos, you used to get the white text would come up in the bottom left of the screen to give you artist, record label, all that stuff. And one of them says, I show records. I thought that was quite fun.
I thought it was fun too. There's also an epic point where he's just transformed into Johnny Steele, and they've got this little sort of magnifying glass to help them look at the screen in the spaceship, but it just magnifies his nose to a ridiculous degree.
He's got a big nose.
Yeah, he has this huge nose when he's just transformed into this relatively handsome guy. It was quite a funny shot. I liked it. So we head back to the farm where we see Brad hanging out with Charlie, using his slingshot to shoot firecrackers at his toys.
Standard child behaviour.
Yep, 80s child behaviour.
Yep.
And April arrives in a fancy car with her new boyfriend, Steve, who is played by Billy Zane.
Cat was mind blown by this, eh?
I was amazed that Billy Zane was the dork from New York.
I know, eh? Who would have thought? Because it's like, he's not necessarily dorky, although he's got that wee ponytail thing going on.
Yeah, he's kind of got a business at the front, ponytail at the back. Very weird.
And immediately, Billy Zane came on, I thought it was Billy Zane, and the first thing I thought of was Titanic. When he turns round to, I can't even remember, because me and my brother used to do it. It was a sort of vocal stim we used to do when we were kids. And it was, he turns around and he goes, "Look at me, you filth!" And that's all I could think of when I saw him.
You did do it a lot throughout the remainder of the film.
Don't even remember doing it, sorry.
It's alright, it was quite funny. You did it at appropriate times, it made me laugh.
Oh, good. Great, that sounds like me. Cool.
Yeah, ahead of the curve.
Also, at this point, the car pulls up. What do we hear? It's the power of the night. That's right. Power of the Night again pops up here.
It is a banger. It will get stuck in your head. I'm not surprised it's everywhere. It's like Umbrella and that song by Bryan Adams all over again.
Do you mean Rihanna's Umbrella? Because for a minute you were like, I was like, I did not realise Bryan Adams did a cover of Umbrella. That sounds honking.
That would be honking. Or maybe it would work.
Maybe. I'd rather not hear it though, to be honest.
No, let's not create that into the universe. So Jay is obviously talking to April and her new beau, the dork from New York. And while they're chatting, you see Charlie try to take aim at a can, but he absolutely catastrophically misses and shoots April in the bum.
Nice. Right in the arse.
Yeah, it looked like it'd be actually quite sore.
Kerry.
Well, gutty.
Gutty! That's what you call it here, by the way. It's not a slingshot here.
Aye.
It's a gutty.
Got your gutty.
It sounds like such a shitty word. I actually prefer slingshot. If I'm
I
honest.
prefer slingshot too.
100% prefer slingshot. Okay, what I mean?
Yes.
I prefer slingshot is what I'm trying to say.
Can't say it though.
I've had an energy drink. It's late on a Friday night. All right. It's late.
7:05, people.
7:05.
7:05.
Sorry.
Brad takes the rap for the slingshot incident and gets sent to his room without any dinner.
Doesn't he want Charlie to get in trouble?
Yeah.
And I love this because he desperately doesn't want Charlie to get in trouble. And he takes the rap over and over because he doesn't want to say it was Charlie.
Yeah, bless. I think Charlie's maybe been working for the family for a long
Brad's
time.
loyal to his pal Charlie.
He is. Very honourable.
Just like in Gremlins, it's kind of weird. We have this friendship between a grown-ass man and a child, which back then wasn't really that big a deal. But I think in the original Gremlins script, I think the kid that was Corey Feldman played was supposed to be like older or something. I can't remember. I can't remember quite how it was. But they ended up going with a child because obviously they wanted to make it more child friendly. So we'll get Corey Feldman in.
He was hot property at the time.
Aye, do you know what I mean? I think he was in Stand By Me as well, wasn't he?
Mm.
He was, eh?
Yeah.
Aye. So there's that whole thing. And in this film, we certainly get the same thing. Charlie's a grown-ass man. He's pals with Brad. It's fine.
Yeah, it's not unusual.
Is it though? No, do you know what I mean? That's a weird one, man. And then when we see Brad in his room, what does he do when he goes in his room? Chuck's on the radio. And what do we hear? It's the power of the night. For the third time.
I imagine that, see, if you just did K-pop Demon Hunters
Aye.
for Power of the Night, that would just be an accurate representation of this house.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's like every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's Golden or frickin' oh, it's done, 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 or whatever. You know what I mean?
Bangers, both of them. At the dinner, Steve is trying his best to impress Jay and Helen, and April's sort of squeezing his knee under the table, and they're enjoying their dinner.
And they're all eating corn because it's Kansas, so...
Of course we'd be eating corn. But the dad has at least 2 cobs of corn.
He does. Wait, is it Nebraska they eat corn? Or Kansas is like stereotypically? Or both?
I think it's
potentially,
both. Yeah, because I know that like I've heard Nebraskans referred to as corn huskers.
I hate corn
before.
because I can't eat it anymore because I've got a stoma. We're not allowed. Corn's the only thing we're not allowed.
Again.
Well, there's a few, but corn's the biggie.
Yeah, it's really the hard no.
It's like the first thing they tell you, wake up for surgery and they're like, don't eat corn.
That's it. That's corn done for you now. Again, Jay is drinking from a jar during dinner because jar man. April's clearly in a hurry. Jar man.
Jar man.
April's clearly in a hurry to get away. Like, she doesn't want Steve spending too much time around her mum and dad.
And Steve's being very pleasant. He's trying his best to have a conversation with her parents. And she's like, come on, we need to go.
Yeah, we're out here. And
I want to get fresh, let's go. That's basically what's happening, yeah.
Basically, yeah. Helen is like, oh, do you not want to stay for dessert? And she's like, no, you're all right, you're all good. And yeah, Steve's being awfully posh here.
Aye.
Oh, lovely to meet you. Oh, goodbye.
And then he turns into his mum and goes, look at me, you filth.
I do believe that was one of the original entries for Look at Me, You
Oh,
Filth.
is it? There you go.
So April and Steve practically run out of the door and they head to Steve's car. And Steve's car has sheepskin car covers.
Because he's cool.
Which in Kansas is a hot spot.
Is that like leather, you mean?
No, it's like fluff.
Right, so it's going to get really hot is what you're saying.
Yeah, you're going to get a sweaty bum on that.
Stinky bum car seat.
I think that's exactly.
Billy Zane's stinky bum car seat. Billy Zane's stinky bum car seat. I don't know what this is. It's a wee song I made up.
It was really good.
Sorry.
But don't worry about a stinky bum car seat because they're not in it for very long.
No, they're not that.
Yeah, they literally just start the engine, pull around the back of the barn on the farm barn.
Barn.
And get out again.
Yep.
So April's kind of being quite playful and she manages to take the keys out of the ignition while the car is
playful
running.
April. What's she like?
Again. And she's like, and then runs into the barn and Steve chases after her.
So they go into the barn and Billy Zane, Steve, whatever, he's climbing up the ladder and he's sniftering and sneezing away. And Kat was like, looked at me and went, is he allergic? and I'm like, well, I don't know. Like, maybe. Right. And then Billy Zane just turns and goes, I'm allergic. And I just looked at you and went, he's allergic.
Aye.
Yes, aye. Allergies confirmed. Come on, I mean.
Can it be that serious an allergy though?
Well, no, really, because they end up getting fresh on top of the hay.
Exactly. Yeah. Not a major health concern then.
No, really not. And here I had a note here that this lad, Brad, because we're cutting back and forth here now, Brad really doesn't want Charlie to get in trouble, man.
Yeah, really not.
His dad's getting him a grilling and he's like, nah, I'm not telling you anything. It was me. Come on, I mean.
No.
And then he gets the worst punishment you could give one of us. No movies for 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
I would be like, I'd have to go online, I'd have to go to the socials and be like, there's not going to be any rank rotten this month. I'm not like to watch movies for 2 weeks.
After some of the rank rotten films, a wee break from movies wouldn't be too bad.
That's true, it's true. I feel like the movie consumption this month's been particularly large because we've been watching a lot, and then that frickin' jungle shite's been on, eh?
Yeah.
I'm a celebrity. So that's, you like watching that, and I like sort of watching it whilst I'm reading or playing my Pokemon or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it's like, it takes up valuable movie time.
It does take up movie time.
And I'm glad it's over the night.
Yeah, don't worry. It'll be back till Christmas.
Aye, good.
So when we see Brad in his room just kind of hanging out as you did when you were getting punished, Chewie has come to keep him company and gives an excellent meow.
Chewie!
Now, I didn't loop that. That's direct from the film. They loop the same sound twice.
Yeah, it's like a speeding car. Meow, meow,
How did they think we would not notice that it's the exact same meow twice? If you had a cat and it walked in the room and did the same meow exactly twice, you'd be like, Matrix or something. I'd be like, there's something going on here.
Aliens.
Aye, probably. How are my teeth? What's going on? The street lights are all gone. The cat doesn't even open its mouth, by the way.
Yeah, that was the bit that freaked me out most of all, was that he was doing it with his mouth shut. Lazy, lazy, lazy in the film department.
Right.
It was entirely unnecessary too.
Okay.
So yeah, as you said, Jay does come up and also confiscates his slingshot as well. So not only is he's not allowed his gutty,
Gutty!
or watching movies. Little boy's nightmare.
I was like, that slingshot will be coming back later, eh?
Yeah.
It doesn't, by the way.
No, I
was convinced it's going to be a pivotal part of the movie, just like when Gizmo watches Rambo and Gremlins 2, and then absolutely F's up the big spider stripe gremlin with a pure flaming arrow from his paperclip elastic band bow. That sentence all happened in a movie. I'm not making it up.
It did.
If you don't see Gremlins 2, firstly, what's wrong with you? And secondly, that actually happens.
Yeah, it's a perfectly accurate description. Unbelievably. We keep getting shots panning between what's going on in the house and what's going on in the barn, and it's a lot of snogging going on in the barn.
They're getting to like second base. I don't know what that means. I have no idea.
That's good.
Do you?
Yeah.
What base means? I think is it to do with baseball? Is that why they call it a base?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a sort of...
That's not a thing here.
No, it's not a thing here. And I
Nope.
think there is some debate as to what the different bases mean.
All right, cool.
But
There's no for this.
no, you can go and do your own Google research.
Like your parents listen to this show. We're not doing that, right?
No, I don't want to do that.
Nope.
Brad's room is one of the coolest rooms I've seen in a long time in a film.
Brad is rad.
He's a lad.
He's not bad.
And we're glad.
Otherwise, I'd be sad. Right, come on, stop. Come on.
But yeah, it's a really cool room. So it's like got like a bay window.
Aye, man. It's like Clarissa's room, and Clarissa explains it all. Always blew my mind.
Whoop, or whatever it was.
No, it was when Sam came in. When Sam came in the window, she'd be like, "Hi, Sam," and you had to see baby music that would go. It's so random. Just Sam's wee bit of music.
Not the penny whistle that I was referring to.
No.
Yeah, okay. Well, Brad does climb out his window, like Sam, whatever his name is.
It's Sam, I'm pretty sure.
There you go. But Brad climbs out onto the roof and is making his way towards a tree he clearly uses to climb down quite a lot, but is right next to his dad's bedroom, where we see Jay getting ready in his cool bowling shirt to go bowling.
Aye, Jay's a bowler. It's not surprising.
No, it's not surprising because it just seems to be like the most generic American pastime.
It's true, but it is fun. I love bowling.
Oh, it's great. I enjoy it as well. But
I know what you mean, though. It's a stereotype again. It's a trope. Isn't
it
it
is indeed.
My dad goes bowling.
Yeah.
And his team's called the Billy Green Bush Boys. I don't know what they're called.
Oh, I really hope it is that.
The Billy Green Bush Boys, aye.
There you go. Now we get a screen wipe to space. I know. Who doesn't love a screen wipe?
I can. It makes you very excited when you're a Star Wars fan.
It does.
Because we're a bunch of sad bastards.
Yep.
But it does make you excited, buddy.
It really does. So we wipe to the ship with the krites on it heading into Earth's orbit.
Oh dear, it's all about to kick off.
It's not looking great for us.
It could be the end of civilization as we know it.
We then see Charlie out on his bike when the alien spaceship passes over.
He really needs to lay off the whiskey, man. The guy is drinking all the time.
He really is. And I think he's looking at it like, oh, wow, is that just me being drunk?
I can. It's like, to be fair, wouldn't be surprised. No wonder you're seeing aliens in that all the time.
So he turns about and cycles back to where he was coming from, absolutely astonished by what he's seen. The ship passes over the Browns' farmhouse, causing the ground to shake, and lands nearby while Helen is watching TV. And what's on?
It is the power of the night indeed.
It is indeed. That song is everywhere, man. So yeah, as Jay is putting on his big bowling shirt, we see him and Brad, who is hanging out really close to the window there, like seeing the ship coming down. And it's quite a nice shot with him inside and Brad outside.
Yeah, it's cool, yeah. I wonder if it was a real house.
Yeah.
Because I was wondering if it was a set, and if it was a set, it must have been quite extravagant. Must have been a real house. It's cool.
We'll maybe talk about this at the end of the film.
Oh, excellent. I'm doing that thing again where I get to the trivia too early.
It's not in the triv, but I just want to talk to you about it.
All right, cool. Aye, sounds.
We also see April and Steve in the barn, having a lovely time.
Canoodling away.
Yeah, pretty sure they didn't even notice that it was a spaceship landing right next to them.
Nah.
Jay goes out to investigate what's going on. He takes his torch and he's ready to go. He's like, oh, screw the bowling. I need to know what's going on here. And he walks up to a tree and then looks up. Oh, and there's Brad.
Brad's in the tree. And it's like, oh, it's here, like, and he's like, what are you doing up the tree? And Brad's like, I'm sorry. And actually, Brad lies and says that the earthquake threw him into the tree, I believe.
I love that.
Right, which is class. But I wrote here, this lad is exhausting. And I was like, bless him, because I was also an exhausting child.
What do you mean an exhausting child?
True. But a husband now, yeah. But you know.
So Jay's not too mad at Brad, really. He's just like, whatever, come on down. Like, this must just happen all the time. He's like, I'm going to have a look and see what that was. You come in.
Always finding Brad in trees.
Yeah, like...
It wouldn't be a Friday night without Brad in a tree. I don't care what night it was. Saturday, Friday? Bowling night.
Bowling night, there we go. So yeah, they head over to a nearby field, checking out the surrounding to see what had happened. And Brad is not too amused at being out there. He's like, you smell that?
It's funny, man.
Smells like oil burning.
Smells like cow crap to me, Dad.
I love Brad.
Smells like cow crap to me, Dad.
But
his dad shushes him as well. Shut.
I'm focusing. But they then find a cow that's been mutilated, one of their herd, and like
To hell with this, I'm out. There's cattle mutilation, there's mysterious earthquakes, Charlie's teeth are sore, I'm out of here, I'm going to Japan or something. I'm leaving the States at least, possibly the country, potentially the planet. I'm not having this. I tell you what, be anywhere near aliens who are mutilating corpses, cattle corpses or whatever. Get away.
Yeah, you're not wanting any part of that. Quite right. I would also be like, this is freaky, I'm out. And to be fair, that is kind of what they do, where they head back to the house to get a gun before investigating anymore.
Of course. I mean, why would you know? In this particular situation, a flashlight isn't going to cut it.
Well, this is it. I actually kind of appreciate that's probably what you would do. You'd be like,
totally.
Well, I'm not doing this without some sort of defence.
But here it would be like, go and get the broomstick.
Aye.
Yeah, what I mean.
Right, I've got Gus. Let's go.
Get Gus, you'll get them. A chihuahua attack.
However, what I found quite funny is that they're like, we can kind of see this cow, and then miss the massive spaceship.
Yeah, didn't they see the spaceship? They were distracted by the cow and the cow crap smell and the burning oil to not notice the ship. Despite the fact he says, I can smell oil, they still didn't really look around.
No, not really.
To be fair, the way I reacted to the cattle mutilation, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wouldn't react well to that either, I don't think.
No, I'd be out there. I wouldn't be noticing any spaceships or that. I'd be gone. So a police car being driven by Jeff. He's one of the police. Jeff. He's played by a guy called Ethan Phillips. He has to suddenly swerve when an animal, quote unquote, rushes onto the road. And Jeff gets out to investigate and he's like, what's this? And basically gets attacked by a KRITE. And he gets shot by one of his thingies.
Yeah.
So the KRITEs don't just bite, which is their main source of offence, is to bite.
Yes.
They also shoot little poisonous frickin' spine things.
Aye.
And it looks pretty fair.
Yeah, and because they've not really got necks, it kind of just looks like they're getting ready to headbutt you.
And they're like, and they boil a wee ball and a wee spine comes out and they shoot you.
Yeah.
So he gets shot, he's probably dead. What?
There's no probably about it. I think he was very dead, yeah.
What happens to him? Just gets shot and then passes out or what?
Aye, and then they bite him.
Oh, they bite him. See, that's going to do it. I didn't see that bit. But that's our first KRITE sighting.
It is. But I was thinking, right, so this seems to be quite a rural area.
Aye.
And as a rural police officer, a wee hedgehog-sized thing running in front of your car.
Wouldn't it really stop you or freak you out, really, would it?
Not really, and you wouldn't swerve off the road.
Nah, probably not.
To get away from a hedgehog.
Nah, hedgehogs.
It's probably bigger than a hedgehog.
But you would swerve because you don't want to kill the hog.
Yeah.
The hog. Sorry.
What sort of hog you got? Hedge.
In the kitchen, Helen hears a noise outside and she's like, what's that? And she gets a wee fright for a face at the window. You just see the red eyes,
Yeah, spooky dooky.
The wee red KRITE eyes. And Jay and Brad return and tell Helen that they found something a wee bit strange when they were outside.
Yeah.
Did they divulge what that was? Or did they just be like, there's something weird shit out there? I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're just like, there's some weird stuff going on here.
I had here, I dig this 80s kitchenette. I don't know what a kitchenette is. I just felt like I wanted to say kitchenette instead of kitchen. What's the difference?
I don't know what a kitchenette
Maybe
is.
a kitchenette's just smaller, and theirs is quite a big kitchen, so it's probably a kitchenette.
I don't know.
Dickhead.
However, I've got so many questions about food disposal units in the US. I just don't understand them.
Well,
so
does that thing you put in the sink?
Yeah.
See, ours just leads to the pipes.
Yeah. Where does that stuff go? Does it go in the bin? And do you have to empty it? Like, I've got so many questions.
Do you recycle your food disposal like we do here?
Exactly.
I don't know. But we're probably not then, because we weren't recycling food then either. So.
We weren't recycling anything.
Nah. Now we recycle our food, our cans, our plastic, our packaging,
paper,
our paper and batteries, everything.
Yeah, as much as we possibly can.
Go yourself. Do it for the recyclers. Yeah, up the recyclers. Whey! Sorry.
I love the enthusiasm for recycling. Yes,
Thanks.
come on.
Recycling rules. The second spaceship with the bounty hunters arrives. The irresistible forces have arrived.
They're here.
I need to stop saying this because it's like I say, it's going to date, but it doesn't matter. Wrestling is a time capsule. If I've learned anything,
Yes.
it's a time capsule. The second bounty hunter hasn't transformed yet because none of the sort of transformations will stick. I don't know why. I didn't really explain it. It just doesn't stick. So they head out to find the Krites and they come across the mutilated cow, didn't they?
They did, so they were just sort of traipsing about the farms. There's 2 spaceships on the farm now.
This farm's probably only seen maybe one spaceship before. Now they're getting 2 in one night.
Yeah.
Listen, it's rural America. This is where the aliens land every time. We know this.
Yeah.
If you want to find aliens, you go to a farm in the States somewhere, or you go to Skinwalker Ranch. Easy.
We don't even need to go as far as that.
Oh, no, because we've got Bonnie Bridge up the road.
We do.
Bonnie Bridge is one of the world's UFO hotspots, and it is nae far from here. Stirling, near Stirling, I think.
We'll need to go.
We do need to go, and we'll just sit in the dark and watch for, like, lights and that. We'll put on some music and that and chill out.
So that sounds better.
Aye. It's going to be a nice night, that. I can't wait. Bonnie Bridge, let's do it.
Let's go.
Listen to me, sound like an old man. That's going to be a nice night, that. Hey.
Oh, that'll be
I'm
good.
only
good,
40,
Dad.
I sound like I'm freaking 84.
You're not even 40 yet.
So we see something approaching the Brown's house. Is it Mary rolling balls? Is that the...
You don't know, it's a point of view shot.
Oh, I love those. Yeah. Evil Dead style. And Jay decides to call Harvey, the police sheriff, only to find the phone is dead. This is gold, right?
It is.
I loved this. Billy Green Bush is he was quite an actor of serious origins, right? And this phone is dead line is delivered far too seriously for the movie he's in.
It really
And
is.
there is a massive run up to it, right? With him he tries to make the phone work for far too long. And that's what made me laugh even more.
This phone is dead.
This phone is dead. It's brilliant, man.
I'm no Quincy Jack, but I'd say
It's
he's deep.
deed. Honestly, man. Oh.
You know, I think it's funny, but also I appreciate because that's actually what you would do in real life. You would just be like, oh, 1, 2, oh, it's deed.
It's funny, like, because like people have said that it was like a sort of an ironic take on. It's a quintessential trope in movies. You know, somebody's cut the phone line, but to have it delivered the way it is in this film, it's just brilliant.
It really is. It's so good.
The power then goes out because the phone's also out, so the power might as well go out too. And the family head out to check the fuses in the cellar, only to find the wires have been cut.
Da da da.
Whilst looking around the cellar after hearing a noise, Jay is attacked by a KRITE. And they shoot him. I think they shoot him with spines, the little spine things. They strike up the stairs, strike it away. Biting him as well. He gets proper attacked here.
Yeah, it's really vicious.
Ken, they're vicious little KRITEs. I was going to say shites, but KRITEs works better. There's also a bit where he's looking for it and he can hear a noise and there's a KRITE in amongst a bunch of stuffed toys.
Yeah,
Now,
it's well hidden.
Dee Wallace is in this movie, and the famous scene from E.T. is when she goes in with a flashlight, just turns the light on or whatever, and E.T., the little alien boy, is amongst the toys, and she pans across, you just see his face like he's trying to blend in. And it felt like it was a nod to that, considering the critter was in amongst a bunch of stuffed toys.
Yeah.
There's a few little bits like that in this film, and I think I've written some of them down, so I'll mention as we go. And then when they come out, they pull him out, they pull out the dad. And she's like, Dee Wallace is like, what's down there? And he's like, something meaner than hell.
Yeah. I loved it. It was very gritty.
Something meaner than hell. I loved it. I was like, that's class. The bounty hunters come across Jeff's police car, and the second bounty hunter sort of takes on Jeff's. His face sort of transforms to look like Jeff. And they take the police car, but it doesn't look right. And whenever he tries to transform it, just doesn't work right.
Well, I think what's happened here is that he's transformed it into Jeff after he's been attacked by the KRITEs.
So it looks like he's been attacked, dead, basically. That makes sense. But when they're in the car, we get an overly long sequence of them trying to get the police car to work. Why does this scene go on for so long? It is painful,
it
but
really
it does
is.
make me laugh when I watch it.
Yeah.
It's like, right, guys, come on, we can wind up this car scene much quicker. All they have to do is see them get in the car.
Yeah.
Right?
It doesn't really matter that they can't drive a car. Well, maybe
They can drive the car, apparently, because they just start driving the car. It's like...
The crescendo to that scene, though, did make me laugh. Where he's twiddling about with like the gun in the car and he accidentally shoots through the windshield.
He does, aye. It's class.
So, yeah, it was very funny. It was worth it, I think.
But they got in the car, and do you know what was missing for the car? But this whole scene?
What?
It could have done with it.
Yeah.
We had it so much at the start, and it's gone.
Yeah.
I don't think we had it hear it again.
I don't think we do.
I'm going to make sure you hear it though.
But yeah, absolutely. We don't want you missing out.
No. These next few scenes are just so much fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously. In the barn, right, while trying to sort the stereo, Steve has his fingers bitten off.
Yeah, take that, Steve.
And they then attack him and kill him. He gets his fingers bit off, he gets titty bitted.
He does.
Right? He gets proper done in by the critters.
Yeah, he's
the
didn't know. To be fair, if the hay allergy didn't get him, the critters would.
Helen, Jay and Brad hear April screams for the barn, and Brad runs to rescue her because he does care about his sister. It's that thing, and I kind of liked it because I'm a sap. And Brad proceeds to throws a firecracker at the KRITE, and the KRITE just eats it, right? Eats it, and I'm like, you're like, what's going to happen here? It's just eating the firecracker. It's going to blow up, right? Mm-hmm. But it doesn't. The firecracker blows up, and the KRITE just goes. It just sort of kills over.
Yeah, it does.
It's so weird that they chose not to blow it up.
Yeah.
But they chose to just sort of have it blow up internally and then just die. It's just quite funny.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that they didn't blow up. You know what I mean? Because it's the last thing you expect to see it just keel over. It tickles me every time. It's great. We see Charlie at the sheriff's office and he's raving about aliens, and Sally, Lynn Shay's character, is just who's the receptionist. He wants her to call the police chief, Harvey, to do something, but she's just like, mate, you're here again ranting about aliens. What's going on?
Aye, she's got her coat on. She's ready to go.
So she's not got the hair curlers in yet. That's later. She's here with hair curlers in as well. We go to a church and there's a service taking place, and the bounty hunters decide to just like storm into the church in the middle of the service.
Yeah, they literally crash into the front of the church.
Aye, and they come out with this belter of a line, and Kat couldn't help but point out the similarities between the words KRITE and Christ, and I think that's what makes it so funny.
We're here for the KRITE.
That even sounds like it.
Yeah.
I love it. We're here for the Christ.
You've got him in the right place, sir. There's a point where the organist is playing, and it very much sounds like the opening notes to Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, 100%. We looked at each other, we're like, Phantom. And then the bounty hunter here, the one that keeps changing his face, decides to take on the appearance of the Reverend, who's standing right in front of him.
Yeah, it was quite freaky.
It's freaky, watch out.
It's freaky.
And I also love it here because they cause a bit of a ruckus in the church, and there's a woman that falls on the organ and it makes this sound. Loved it. No needs. Absolutely no needs.
Adds to the vibe. It adds the vibe.
Maybe. In the Brown house, we see that Jay's patched up and the family finally decide to make a break for it. I think this was at the point I noticed his bowling shirt.
Yes.
It was eerily similar to a certain logo from a certain very popular film that certainly came out around the same time, and that was the Ghostbusters logo.
Maybe I'll have something to talk to you about that later.
Excellent. Now, I suspected this was the case, but I felt like it would be nice to notice, to mention it in the wild while we were talking about the film. But I noticed it and I was like, that's far too similar, so it has to be on purpose.
Yeah, it was a very distinctive look.
I've got a photo of it that I've singled out and I will include it in the whatever I will post for this coming out, right? Mm-hmm. Cool.
So you can decide too.
They head for the truck only to find the insides have all been ripped up and pulled out, and that Steve's car has also been trashed, as well as spotting a critter in the car and noting that they're getting bigger. Ooh. Also, I might say as well, earlier on when Brad is running to save his sister from the barn, I meant to say we actually see a critter eating a chicken as well.
Oh yeah, we do. They've got
it's
right
up against the fence, the chicken wire, and it's like
At this point, Brad has loads of theories about what's going on.
Oh yeah, I absolutely loved the radioactive gopher theory.
That was a good one. To be fair, they do look quite gophery actually.
Yeah, I get it. Mm-hmm. But there's quite a few KRITEs kicking about, and they've really got it in for Daddy-O.
Yeah, they really do.
Billy Green Bush, run! You know what I mean? He can't run anywhere. He's all betattered and poisoned. Mm-hmm. They make it back to the house only to find the door is locked. You actually see this. When they leave, you see the door locked behind them, and I was like, why did we see that? Because they're going to have to try and get back in. That's why.
That makes sense. So I was like, oh, it's locked.
You see it. You actually see it. Brad heads in through. You see it, by the way. I just thought I'd tell you again.
Yeah, you actually see it.
You actually see the door locking.
Wow. Need that in 4K.
4K door lock in action. Brad heads in through his bedroom window because he's a smarty pants, basically, so he can let in his fam. They get inside the house. The critters are on the porch making their way up the porch, and it's very funny. And they have a little conversation, the KRITEs, because they're like aware, because we get the KRITEs subtitles when they talk. Not all the time, but sometimes. They'll talk to each other in KRITE. And they talk to each other, and you get the subtitles. So they're a bit concerned that they seem to have weapons. And this is what it sounds like. And I'll give you a direct translation of what is said. All right, but this is what we hear. All right. So the the translation here is KRITE 1, they have weapons. KRITE 2, so what? Then we have D. Wallace blast one of the Krites and completely blow them up. And then KRITE 1 goes, fuck. That's the subtitle.
Such nuanced dialogue.
I love it. It's too derivative. No, it's brilliant. I love it.
Yeah, it was very funny. It came very out of left field for me.
We were deep that night. We were around
So funny.
a couple of times to watch it again. At the bowling alley, Jay's teammates are calling to find out where he is. With no luck, they're like, where the hell is Billy Greenbush?
I know, we're wearing all these cool shirts, and
That's it.
just, if there's not 4 of us to do it, we look weird.
I know, now we just look like silly men in shirts. We need 4 to make it work, right?
Yeah.
Charlie's at the bowling alley as well. Guess what he's doing?
Drinking.
Getting pished.
All right. Do you remember the bar that was in the Mega Bowl?
Oh, I loved Mega Bowl.
Mega Bowl was cool.
Mega Bowl was this cool-ass arcade bowling alley we used to have near where we live, and it was part of a sort of complex where you had a big cinema, you had a Chiquito's restaurant when it used to be good, a Frankie and Benny's as well, back then it was banging food, and then you had the Mega Bowl, which had a Wimpy burger inside.
Oh, Wimpy.
All these amazing arcade games in a full-ass bowling alley with a bar at the other end. It was actually the best place to be at a weekend.
Yeah, I would imagine now it would do really well.
Oh, we need it.
Yeah.
You just said to me the other day you were going through Princess Mall, one of the malls in Edinburgh, and it seems to be a bit more chill in that mall. And you've got record stores in there. You've got an anime manga shop in there, which I love that place. And you've also got now you're saying you've got an arcade.
Yeah, there was an arcade in there when I went through
Awesome,
yesterday.
that's so cool. Hope they make a comeback, man. But aye, the bar reminded me of the bar at Mega Bowl right enough. And he's ranting about aliens, obviously.
His favourite pastime.
Right. The bounty hunters come in the bowling alley and inspect the bowling balls because they think this might be a KRITE, so clearly is what they're thinking. They head into the bar looking for information on the KRITEs. And while talking to Charlie, the second bounty hunter takes on his likeness this time.
Yeah.
I think that's where he settles with Charlie, weirdly.
Yeah. Charlie.
Is that supposed to mean something? Who knows? Why does he settle on Charlie? How can he keep transforming and then when he gets to Charlie, he stops?
Well, this is it. It's all very suspicious. But what I find amazing is that when the bounty hunter transforms into Charlie, the guy looks so different.
Yeah, but aye, it's kind of cool.
Like, the actor done such a good job because even like their characters and personas feel quite
Yeah, because
distinct.
they're just like straight faced, they don't really show any emotion or anything. Well, they don't show emotion, but they do knock the frickin' door off the hinges when they enter the bar, right?
They do indeed. God, they're rough as in.
Can.
Blown up a church, kicked the door off a bowling alley.
Kick the door off a bowling alley. That's what you
That's what he
said.
did, aye.
Just off the alley itself.
Yeah.
But aye, the alley regulars are basically like, is it frickin' S&M night? What's happening? One of them actually goes, oh, it's no Halloween yet, is it?
Yeah.
I've had that before.
Have you?
Oh, aye.
I'll bet.
Because I've dressed in various mad ways throughout my youth and everything. Now I've settled on jeans/shorts or joggies, t-shirts, huntricks or otherwise.
Yeah.
Normally some sort of check shirt or a hoodie.
Yeah.
And Vans or walking boots if I'm out for a long time.
Yeah.
That is my look now, and it has been for the past 20 years.
Yep. It's a strong look at serving you
But
well.
I was out at Halloween one time, and me and Rab were dressed up as members of KISS because Halloween, right?
Because Halloween, yeah.
So I had a big black wig on, and my face was dressed like painted like Gene Simmons. Rab was painted like Ace Frehley, the guitar player, right?
Yes.
And the spaceman, and he had like the silver paint and that, and I had like full demon makeup.
Impressive.
I went to the Co-op, which is our local shop, to buy some stuff on the way into town, and to somebody's poos party we were going to, and went to the Co-op, bought some stuff as you do, and there was some kids outside like and then they threw eggs at us.
Aww.
I got egg all over my cool leather jacket. But I did travel from the house into town on the bus, going into shops, had my party, came home, didn't take the makeup off. Or
Oh.
No, I mean like the whole time I had the makeup on.
I thought you meant you came home and didn't take your makeup
And I just
off.
went to bed and smattered Gene Simmons makeup all over my pillow.
That's what I thought you were suggesting.
No.
Just make it up in the morning like, eh.
But me and Rab were strutting about the Co-op with KISS makeup on. I'll not forget that one.
It's not the strangest thing they've seen.
Naturally, the bounty hunters shoot up the bar.
Yeah, they just can't seem to help themselves.
Yeah, they hear shooting coming for the TV. I think they get a bit confused and decide to shoot the place up. And they leave with Charlie following behind because he's obviously wondering what the hell's going on and thinks this is his answer. He's going to get his answer for these guys.
Exactly, but Charlie's falling on a bike, so not having a great time.
No, really not. And he's drunk, probably. So.
Yeah, most likely.
So Harvey, the police chief, the old man from Christmas with the Cranks, he receives a call about all the night's drama. And Jeff, and then he finds out that Jeff is also missing. We see him wake up. I swear that he had a picture of Dolly on his wall next to his bed.
It did. I thought it was Dolly too.
I mean, to be fair, I can understand she's a very important figure.
Yeah?
You know?
But like not in a frame, not like a poster.
It's splattered on the wall, like, yeah, you know?
Yeah, weird.
Like, Dolly is an icon, to be fair. I'm a big Dolly fan, actually. Dolly rules.
We really want to go to Dollywood.
We really want to go to Dollywood. It is definitely on our vacay list for some point in our lives, eh? I mean, she's no there or that, but it's all like, just the theme park is voted one of the best in America every year.
Yeah, sometimes she's there.
Sometimes she does go there. She does concerts and that.
Exactly.
Honestly, meeting Dolly Parton, that would be the dream. That would be class. Wouldn't even care what to say to her. Like, I'm meeting Mick Foley this year and I'm buzzing about that and I'm already nervous about that. Mick Foley's my hero when I was a kid. He's a very famous wrestler, if you didn't know. But he was Mankind, he was Dude Love, he was Cactus Jack.
All three.
The three faces of Foley, as they called it.
I like that.
There was one Royal Rumble where he came in as all three.
Oh my goodness, what
So
a
he
shift.
came down 3 times.
That's amazing.
Freaking amazing.
Oh, brilliant.
Anyway, I digress, as I am wont to do. In the brown house, Jay is being looked after, but he's not in great shape.
Yeah, after his attack in the cellar.
He's all poisoned, bitten, no doing so good. The critters break into the house and shoot hell in with one of their spines right in the neck.
Whatcha?
That was a good wee sound again.
Whatcha?
That's right in the neck. You did that with such vigour. Wee face.
Yeah, put a lot of effort in.
I did, aye. Didn't hurt yourself.
No half measures.
Here, Kat, you'll know this. Is there a plan for, like, space poison? Like, if there's space poison enters our system, what's the plan? Or are you not allowed to say? Or do you know Ken? Right? And the reason I'm wondering is because this isn't just poison. This is poison from another planet, potentially another galaxy that we didn't understand, right? It could be very, very contagious. It could infect everybody around it, right? And the reason is because I was wondering because of that book, Cold Storage, that I read, which there is a movie out for, which we haven't seen yet.
We've not seen
It's
it.
on the list, though. But, aye, what happens? Space poison.
Short answer is that we've got a plan that is available to respond to most things.
Right.
And
Zombie viruses?
Probably, yeah. That you can adapt it to the situation as needed. So the structures are in place for us to make the decisions that need to be made about the specifics of the situation.
But there's no, like, official mentions of aliens or zombies, no?
Not as far as I've come across, but what would I know?
Well, it's good to know that we're being looked after. Right.
We do try.
So the family tries to get up the stair because it's like, let's get away from these things. But the krites are everywhere, all over the house.
Yeah, they're really spread out.
Aye, Jay sends Brad back to get the shotgun, and while he's trying to aim at a critter, he trips, shoots the ceiling fan, falls down, squashes one of the krites. It's class. It's no the way you see it coming.
No.
He's running for the bloody shotgun. You just assume we're going to get another blast with the shotgun, but they decided to do this, and it's so cool.
I think it works, because that's what would happen with a child, you know?
Well, it's just like, it doesn't always go the way you think it's going to go. You're not just going to, stuff's going to go wrong, and in this case it does, but he ends up killing the bloody thing at the same time. But he says, he takes out this krite in the most unusual fashion, and then sets fire to the house.
Yeah, one lucky thing, one not so lucky thing. Although I would argue that setting the house on fire was a choice.
It was a choice. Thankfully, I don't think the fire takes.
No.
Because they end up in the house for a bit longer, so...
Yeah, so what happens is, like, Brad runs up the stairs, and then, because they've lost power, they had an oil lamp. And he grabs the oil lamp and throws it at a krite. Which sets this rug on fire. And then when the krite's back away from the flames, April and Brad head back and sort of stamp out the fire. But I was like, guys, that could have got out of control really fast.
Yeah, it's no great idea. Like, didn't he set fire to a house to protect it? Because that's a bit silly, isn't it? Throughout this fire nonsense, one of the krites gets set on fire and legs it and jumps into the toilet to put the fire out.
Yeah.
And immediately I turned to Kat and went, "Cat in the shower!"
You did.
Also, I can't help but think that this is a small reference to Ghoulies. So Ghoulies was another one of those movies about little monsters that I think had already been made at this point, and they come out of the toilet in that movie. So.
Okay, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Because I was wondering if this is a distinction point from Gremlins.
Right.
Because it goes and gets wet.
Well, also true. Like, they get soaked, and I guess that's trying to separate it a little bit. But I think they maybe had a little joke there in terms of the ghoulies thing. But also getting them covered in water does separate them from. You're totally right. So the family end up barricading themselves in our bedroom. Is it Brad's room? I don't know. Somebody's bedroom.
Yeah.
One of the rooms.
Yeah, maybe Mum and Dad's room, I think.
All right.
Charlie's riding his bike through town and sees the police chief. So turns about again and follows him to the church. Poor Charlie is cycling all over the town.
Charlie doesn't care what to do.
To be fair, I think that's Charlie's normal state.
True. Drunk and sore teeth.
We see Sheriff Harvey at the church getting all the details of the church incident when he gets a radio call from Sally to say that there's been another disturbance at the bowling alley by Reverend Miller, who is standing right next to him, the real Reverend Miller.
Yeah, that's right. He's like, wait a minute. I do enjoy it though, because they're like, they were wearing strange clothes when they're reporting it to the police, like they were from Los Angeles.
Yeah, I noted that down too. Like, oh wow, the out there land of Los Angeles.
It's funny, like the chief is having a shite night. Like, I still feel he's dealing with it better than Chief Brody would at this point.
Yeah,
I think your pal Chief Brody for Jaws 2.
Yeah.
And Jaws 1, but you know him. I didn't think he'd be dealing with the critters so well. He can barely deal with a shark.
Yeah, one shark versus many, many critters.
Exactly.
And the 2 bounty hunters on top as well. But what I found funny is that when Reverend Miller is mentioned, like Reverend Miller is, as I say, just standing right there, and he's like, I'm just not going to say anything.
No, that's doing it.
Yeah. Harvey is also told by Sally that there's been shots fired at the Browns, so there's something going on there too, just to add fuel to the fire of his bad night.
Right, bowling alley, church, the Browns. It's literally everywhere in town.
That's probably all there is.
Right.
So, as you said, the Browns have kind of barricaded themselves in one of the bedrooms of the house, and they've covered all of the windows and doors in like the mattress and like chest of drawers and stuff up against the window. And then they decide that Brad should go and get help.
Yeah, like actually, Brad, I think you should get help. Brad kind of says, I'm going to get help. I want to go and get help.
Yeah.
I want to help the family. And they have quite a nice Kodak moment between the lot of them. And it's all very nice. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it is quite nice, especially, well, it's quite nice, but apart from the fact that Helen is like coming in and out of consciousness because she's got that spine in her neck and the dad's been bitten to all hell.
Other than that, it's quite nice.
Yeah. Totally.
I mean, who cares about that?
Again. But it's a really grown-up choice from Brad, especially because his dad's like, here, why don't you take the gun with you? And he's like, it'll only slow me down.
Aye, totally. It's basic, right? But there's a nice wee arc here for Brad. And for a movie like this, it's nice to have that. This film's just like, and I know I'll do an assessment, a sort of a roundup at the end, but it's quite comfortingly nostalgic, I would maybe put it.
Yeah, I
Isn't
agree.
it?
Yeah, definitely. There's something quite cosy.
Like, I'd watch this film again in the morning just to relax, because it's got that sort of feel about it, isn't it?
Yeah. So Brad manages to get out, so they make a little sort of path for him out of the room, and he gets out and climbs down the tree and that, and then he heads for his bike, only to find that there's a critter standing at it.
Aye, the critter's just standing next to the bike like, all right.
Aye, what are you going to do?
You're going to get this bike, are you?
Yeah.
And then he's like, Ken, what? See your bike? Pushes it over.
Ken.
He does, like a little badass.
Yeah. He's like a sort of rough, tough, naughty kid.
The kid. Rough, tough, naughty kid, Crite. Yeah. Rough, tough, naughty kid.
So obviously Brad legs it after the aggression that he's seen with the bike being pushed over. He's like, I don't want any of that.
No.
So he runs into the barn and hides in there right next to this giant Coca-Cola sign.
Oh, it's like one of these old signs, like people collect them and stuff. Like,
yeah.
Your mum and dad have got a couple, they're cool. And they've got a Coca-Cola one, I do believe.
They do.
But it's this huge big Coca-Cola thing. So we've had Minute Maids, a couple other things I think maybe dotted throughout.
And obviously Johnny Steele's band's getting a big push. What a banger.
The night! That's what it does.
What we see at this point as well is that you just see the shadow of one of the critters and you just see it growing.
Oh, they're getting big, man. The Krites are growing.
Yeah, the problem is growing. The rest of the Brown family are preparing to fight off the Krites.
Crite fight!
Yeah. So we see April like breaking off like a wardrobe, like a pole from inside the wardrobe.
Oh my god, yeah.
And she's practicing swinging it, but as she's practicing, she dunts the back of the pole off of the wall, and then they didn't bother.
It hits a picture on the wall. Kat was like, she literally just dunted that picture with a pole. And we rewound it, and I was like, they didn't even notice it.
Just, no, keep rolling.
Maybe it just makes it authentic, because that's what you do in real life, man.
That is what you do in real life, but yeah, it's a choice. So Helen's still recuperating, so she's not taking part in the fight prep after getting spawned.
She got spined.
Well, the critters just trash the Browns' house.
Now, this is what I like to refer to as the Gremlins scene, right? Because this is where, if the script was written to be more like Gremlins, it was stuff like this that they changed, right?
Yes.
Because what we get is all the critters are just fucking about in the house.
Yeah.
And having the best time. They're having a wee party to themselves. Some of them are trashing stuff. There's one of them sitting on a table next to a literal E.T. toy, which is a direct reference to Dee Wallace being an E.T. And then the gremlin bites his head off.
Yes, you said gremlin.
I said gremlin. See what I mean?
Yeah.
The Krite bites the E.T. toy's head off, which I think was a little bit of fun banter from them there.
One of them eats a goldfish.
One of them eats a goldfish, yep, that's right. Mere water interactions going on there.
Yeah, and then there's like just ripping pillows apart. There's feathers everywhere. It's chaos.
Nah, they're having a great time. They're not drinking in that like they're in Gremlins, but
nah,
we're flashing young women like they do in Gremlins, but you know.
Thank God.
I know. It's alright, the Gremlins don't got any bits, but she still kicks it.
Quite right.
And in the second one, do you know that? When Kate's make her way in the clamp building in Gremlins 2, she sees one and it tries to flash her and she boots it. Oh God, I just kicked that under the table there.
Yeah, you had to.
I got right into the part there, eh?
You did.
Aye, but aye. Aye, sorry, I love Gremlins 2. I know it inside out. It's a weird one, eh? Because so many folk are like Gremlins 2 shit.
Yeah.
But I just didn't agree. 100% don't agree. I think it was meta before meta existed.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, actually.
You know?
I really do.
I don't even think that's rotten. We'll never be able to talk about it. Here you go.
So Brad has managed to leg it here, and he heads out onto the road and flags down a police car. But however, it's the police car with the bounty hunters in it.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets in the back of the car, the police car, and he realises quite quickly that they're aliens.
Well, he's like, oh my God, it's Johnny Steele. Yeah.
Of Power of the Night fame.
Oh, Power of the Night fame. Aye. Johnny Steele and Charlie, basically. He's like, right, what's going on?
He's like, wait a minute, this doesn't seem right. This can't be right. So he realises that they are looking for the Krites, so they agree to help each other.
Aye.
Yeah, they kind of come to a quid pro quo, and that he's like, well, you guys want the Krites, I want my family to be safe. Let's
work together, man.
Totally. So the big critter at this point tries to break into the room through the back of a chest of drawers and attacks April.
Giant hand bursts through the wall. Ah,
Yeah.
It looks awfully like a gremlin hand to me. The three little claws.
Yeah.
Comes bursting through.
I can see that.
You know, like I'm going to say it again. In Gremlins 2, when Kate's in the lift and you see all the gremlin hands.
Yes, that's right.
They have those little hands.
So the family decide they're going to try and make their way out of the house again, now that Helen's recuperated a little bit. And she grabs the gun, Helen, and she shoots a critter through the bedroom door, and they make their way downstairs. They head for it.
I can't remember if it was here or not, but there's Krites and one of them says to the other, let's roll. Did you see that?
I don't remember.
One of the Krites goes to the other one, let's roll, and then they all roll away.
I love that about them, the fact they form little armadillo balls.
Yeah, that's right. The Krites roll all the time.
Yeah, let's roll.
I just thought that was funny. It's just silly little jokes like that make it quite fun. And I do just enjoy that we do get some Krite some Krite subtitles, which you don't get in the Gremlins movies. They just communicate through sort of snarls and growls, and they all seem to know what each other are thinking. But the Krites do have subtitles, and it is quite funny. Something I really enjoyed about the Gremlins books, because I've now read the Gremlins 2 novelisation as well, but in those, you know, you get that those conversations between Gremlins, mostly in the first one, and you do get that the Gremlins do talk to one another, like Gizmo talks to Stripe in that movie.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of cool. We didn't get that in the film. In this film, we get the subtitles for the Krites. It's quite cool.
Yeah, it does add that extra layer.
Aye, totally.
Also, they've got quite a good sense of humour, the Krites.
Let's roll!
Yeah, let's roll! As the family are heading downstairs, Brad arrives with the bounty hunters in tow.
Aye, and what's his name? Jay, the dad, Billy Green Bush. He's like that. He's mind blown. Like, who the hell is this?
Mom? Dad? Are you all right? Are you all right?
Brad, who did you bring?
Charlie and Johnny Steele. Who?
You asked, I told.
Johnny Steele, you say? Yeah! I'm going to have to link. Is there a video on YouTube, no?
Oh, I don't know.
I'll have a look. If there is a video or clips of this song, I'll put it up, because it's not on Spotify. We were pissed.
Yeah, I'm annoyed.
Because we were wanting to blast it in the house.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it doesn't seem to exist anywhere.
It does not exist.
It does not exist.
However, when the bounty hunters arrive, they just sort of blow the front of the house off. Like,
yeah, it's like they've never heard of a door.
I really hope this family's got really good insurance, because how on earth are you going to explain this? The family leave the house, but Brad has realised that Chewy's been left behind.
He goes back for Chester. It's quite cool, because like, because earlier on we had the moment where what?
Chester.
Earlier on, sorry, how can you resist? Earlier on, they had the moment where he pulled the cat off the table, Chester/Chewy, off, and then and I was like, "You're a wee shite. You've got to respect your pets, right?" And he goes back for the cat, and I'm like, "Well, that's good. You've redemption for Brad redemption."
Yeah. Brad redemption, indeed.
Well, there's another redemption arc in this movie that's coming up later on, and I think I quite like that also.
So poor Sheriff Harvey has now also arrived at this chaotic scene with bounty hunters, explosions and krites everywhere.
He shouldn't be dealing with all this. He's only an old man. You know what I mean? Sorry, that is a reference to our Christmas with the Cranks episode. So, you know, if you're feeling like you want some Christmas action in April/May, listen to our Christmas with the Cranks episode.
Yeah, they're there for you whenever you want.
That's it. They're available in the archives. All right? But I think Harvey is I think, a bit freaked out by the sort of the size of the blast that he hears here.
Holy shit, what is that, a cannon? What's going on here?
Oh, Harvey.
What is that, a cannon?
What is that, a cannon? However, Harvey is quick to gather himself together and gets Helen, Jay and April into his car and then goes on the hunt to see if he can get Brad. So Brad is currently helping the bounty hunters get rid of the critters, including the one in the toilet.
And it's quite funny because it's like I just wrote here, shitter blast. Just blows up the toilet. And for some reason at this point, Kat literally turned around, and I don't know why you did it, but you just turned around and went, "Power of the Crite!" And that was the first time that had come up.
There you go.
I know we've mentioned it a few times now, and the article was called that, but we didn't know that at the time.
Came up with it independently.
Kat just came out with it, eh? Crite.
It's not quite as catchy.
Nah, it did make me laugh though. You cracked me up. You crack me up, so you do. Also, I think at this bit too, Harvey actually says he swallowed his chewing tobacco, which is kind of gross.
Yeah, really gross.
I think that's after he gets slammed through a wall. He gets slammed through a wall and then he's like, "I think I've swallowed my chewing tobacco, old man." Like that.
So to get Harvey out of the way, one of the bounty hunters throws Harvey out of the window or through the wall.
That's when he swallows his chewing tobacco.
I don't blame him, to be honest. Brad finally reaches his goal and grabs Chewie. Only for Chewie to behave really oddly, and actually it transpires that the giant critter is there.
Aye.
Like, that cat is freaking out.
No happy.
The bounty hunters thankfully respond to Brad's yells for help by shooting the big critter out of the window.
I've actually got here, space laser cannon extension. Johnny Steele saves the day. Is that here?
Yeah.
Go on, Johnny Steele.
It's the power of Johnny Steele.
Power of Johnny Steele.
At this point, the big critter kind of does a bit of a Michael Myers and grabs April after he's been blasted out of the window.
Aye, he does.
Of course, Brad being Brad, he leaps on his bike and chases after the big critter who's grabbed April, with the bounty hunters trying to follow behind in their car, only to discover that their car just won't start.
No, we don't know why the Krites are trying to take April. I mean, the assumption is that it's for a snack, potentially.
Yeah.
Or for genetic experiments, but I don't think so.
Those are some potential theories
Yeah.
about why. So the bounty hunters then spot that Harvey's car is working, so decide to squeeze in all together.
Now, Harvey's in the
one
middle and
car.
the two bounty hunters in the front. It's funny.
Yeah, it really is very funny. The fact that he's in the middle, just sitting there really uncomfortably.
He's the sheriff as well. You get bossed around by these two randos.
With those big guns, they can boss anybody around.
Space laser cannon extensions. That's right.
I was also wondering at this point, do 80s movies have to include some sort of bike riding scene?
You thinking of like E.T.?
Thinking of E.T., Stranger Things, all has, like, it's set in the 80s,
Set in
but
the
all
80s,
has
yeah,
bike scenes.
Stand By Me, do they have bikes? Don't know.
I don't remember.
They just seem to be walking a lot in that movie.
Yeah, they do walk a lot. Not sure about bikes, but there's loads of other 80s referenced movies where they all had bikes.
It.
Yes. Yeah, very
Yeah.
bike heavy.
Isn't it based in it? Maybe. No, I can't remember. No, that series, the Welcome to Derry one's based in the 50s or some shit, and then
Yeah.
or something like that.
Brad reaches the critter's ship where the big one is dragging April inside, only to find Charlie there.
Yeah, Charlie's there.
Like real Charlie,
No,
not bounty hunter
bounty
Charlie.
hunter Charlie, the original Charlie.
Brad sneaks into the ship to try and get April back at this point.
He's trying to sneak it. This annoyed me, right? He's trying to sneak into the ship and Charlie keeps pulling him back down again. I'd be like, get the fuck off me!
I know. What have you got to do with it? Just
You
stop.
know what I mean? It got really tense, actually, because he'd done it like 3 times. I'm like, right, come on.
But yeah, he does quite a good job at sneaking in, I think. Like, he slides down in that.
Yeah.
And then he's climbing through all the cables and wires, and he tries to sort of get out the big firecracker he's got. He kind of, like, you see him earlier in the film, like, sellotaping them together, so it looks like actually like a stick of dynamite.
It looks like it looks like dynamite.
It really does.
It's like a giant mother of a firecracker, like. It's huge.
It is. It's absolutely massive.
I thought it was dynamite. Like, that's what it looks like.
It really does. So he manages to catch April's attention. The two of them are getting ready to leave the ship, but as they're noticed by the Krites at this point and are chased, and he drops the giant
He drops the giant
Dynamite.
fucking dynamite thing, yeah.
before he's able to light it, unfortunately. So they escape the ship with Charlie standing on watch and they run away. But Charlie has an idea as they're running away to create a Molotov cocktail with the convenient bottle of whiskey he always seems to be carrying.
Well, that's it. He's always got whiskey, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the best way for his redemption to literally sacrifice the one thing he's leaning on the whole movie to try and save somebody else.
Yeah.
Charlie redemption. It's
Charlie
awesome.
redemption.
Loved it.
They managed to throw this Molotov cocktail at the ship as it is getting ready to fly away, like it is taken off. And it doesn't seem to have much impact on the ship. Like the ship carries on manoeuvring away. It goes to fly away, but not before destroying the Browns' farmhouse.
The Krites are little shites, because you said there's actually no need to destroy the farmhouse on their way out, but they did it.
Aye, no, it's just out of sheer devilment.
It's gremlin mischievousness. Yeah.
They're just a bunch of rotters.
Gremlin level mischievousness, yeah.
It is indeed. Haha, the trick's on them though, in that not seconds later does their ship blow up.
Aye, thanks to the flaming whiskey bottle dynamite combo.
The classic.
Mm.
If in doubt, go for that.
So basically, if it wasn't for Charlie, they'd have got away. It's pretty rad. And so the house is blown up, and Helen's super upset because her gorgeous kitchen is gone.
I know. What a heartache, that lime kitchen.
With the red handles, knobs,
Yeah.
whatever. It was class.
Minging. One of the worst kitchens I've ever seen.
It was gorgeous.
Hideous.
It was quite a lot. Like, see, like coloured kitchens are class. Like I've got, like my pal has a gorgeous green kitchen. So does one of yours actually. But they're lovely.
Very
but this is
nice.
not like that.
Yeah, no. This is not
horrid.
that. This is not
Right.
the deep, rich, lovely colours
Yeah.
of Rebecca's kitchen. This is lime.
So Bob sometimes sends me pictures, and he had a picture, like, spot the cat, and one of his cats in the photo, and it was a picture of his kitchen, and we spotted the cat, and I was like, and I just messaged him, I was like, dude, I forgot how gorgeous your kitchen is.
Yeah.
It is class.
It's nice.
One of these days, we'll get a nice kitchen.
One day.
If we can stop, going on holidays, but that's probably not going to happen.
I know.
I'm willing to take that sacrifice.
Yeah.
But also, one of these days, we will get a kitchen. It's going to be rad.
One day.
That's it. My dad's been having thoughts about it.
Well,
I think
there
he
you
wants
go.
to help, so just saying.
So yeah, all's well that ends well. Lovely happy ending. Brad is saying farewell to the bounty hunters, and Johnny Steele, for some reason, gives him a communicator. In my head, it looked like a memory card for a PlayStation.
Oh yeah, it did a bit.
And the bounty hunter, like Johnny Steele, goes, "Call me." It's like there's no.
Well, how am I supposed to do just with this pure weird memory card type device? What's going on?
And especially, there's no context. Like, if you ever need me, call me. Like, you could be a space bounty hunter if you wanted. Here, call me.
You could have just turned and went, call me, beep me, if you want to reach me.
That's all.
Sorry.
That's all you need to say.
I can.
That's it. But no, just call me.
Beep me if you want to reach me. I'm sorry, I can't not do it. Wonder if Kim Possible's on Disney Plus. Gotta be.
Surely.
I'm still watching through Goof Troop though.
It's taken you a while.
We covered that movie about a year ago, I think. Maybe, right?
Yeah, not far off.
Well, actually, I think our first episode maybe came out in May
I
last
think
year.
it did.
So we're actually nearly a year away now.
Happy
But
birthday.
I can't, eh? But I'm not actually sure when that. I don't need to check the anniversary of the first episode on it. It's probably past. I could swear it was May though.
I thought it was me as well.
But anyway, we did Goof Troop. I started watching. We did a Goofy movie. I started watching Goof Troop then. Still watching it now. I just watch it occasionally around my anime and wrestling and that. Eh?
Yeah, just
Movies
whenever you can
sometimes
fit.
can.
Yeah, that's okay.
Too much to watch in this modern day.
Also true.
Actually overwhelming, I find sometimes.
So the bounty hunters are trying to talk to Brad, and Brad's like, "Aye, whatever." However, Charlie is desperately trying to talk to bounty hunters, and they're like, "Not interested."
Can't get bent, mate.
Yeah. So they're walking up the hill, like the bounty hunters are walking up the hill to walk back towards their spaceship, and Charlie's following behind. Take me with you. I think it's the impression.
It seems like that. Eh?
The next morning, the Browns return to what is left of their house, and Brad's communicator goes off. When the communicator goes off, it triggers the house to rebuild itself.
Which is class, actually. It's kind of fun, isn't it?
It's pretty cool. So this is why I don't think it was a real house. This is why I think it was built as a set.
Ah. Well, the thing is, they must have blown it up because they put it's obviously in reverse.
Yeah.
And it looks great because that's all it takes. You know, some of those effects in Hellraiser, for example, they used doing stuff like that. They pumped goo through the floor, reversed it and all that. Done weird shit like that, and it works.
Yeah.
Okay? And in this case, it literally is the most simple solution. Blow the fucker up and then put it backwards. Come on.
Why not? Yeah. It still looks pretty good. Like you can see it's backwards, but I think it still looks quite nice.
It's cool though, because
Yeah.
that's all it needs, you know what I mean? It doesn't
Totally.
need to be that fancy. I find the house rebuild quite cosy for some reason. It's a nice wee 80s-esque family-friendly ending to the movie. And the best part is that they can't find Chester/Chewie. And he's like, you hear him, and he's in the mailbox, and it's just really cute. And I was like, oh, you silly cat.
It is, yeah. Like, it definitely is kind of the ultimate happy ending. Apart from for Steve, poor Steve, and Jeff.
Oh, yeah, so
R.I.P.
damn,
them.
really.
Whatever. Nobody cares.
That's the only reason we didn't do a kill count for this movie, because there actually isn't many.
Yeah, just 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of gave me, the rebuild of the house gave me kind of Lego game vibes, you know, those kind of quick builds. That
Aye, it does. It feels like that. I love that.
Yeah.
Satisfying when you build something in the Lego games. And then you get the speed build later on and it goes even faster. It's class.
We then see shots of the chicken coop in between the barn, in between the house. And it gets closer and closer and closer, only for us to see some critter eggs in the coop.
That's right. The Krites have left some eggs behind.
There's going to be more Krite action.
Or the Easter Bunny has been. I don't know. It was one of the two. I'm willing to bet it's probably the Krites.
Yeah, if that's the Easter Bunny's eggs, oh.
Well, the little giggly, weird, gross eggs are like... They're making little noises and shit, I'm pretty sure.
I'll have to take your word for it. I don't remember them doing that.
Nah.
No.
Maybe that's just in my head that happens a lot.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Also, there is 0 Power of the Night in the credits, by the way. They didn't even bother.
Yeah, we were really expecting
We were like, let's get the crescendo for Power of the Night. Like, we have joked about Power of the Night this whole time, but actually, you get it about 5 times at the start of the film, and then for the first 20 minutes, and then nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, so you're going to have this song over and over, and then just decide to just stop.
It's like they
so
forgot
weird.
about it.
You could like sprinkle it throughout or something. You know, I don't know, but I don't know.
Or at least make reference to how big a deal it is. Like, the fact that it's Johnny Steele's
It's Johnny Steele. Although you know what I love about that when he goes, "Oh, who've you got with you?" And he's like, "I've got Charlie and Johnny Steele," right? But the mum's like, does he know who that is?
Yeah,
and I'm
she
like,
was
that's
literally watching-
classic because a mum wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's true. But she was literally watching him on the telly.
Aye, true, actually. That's a good point. But she still doesn't know who he is.
Yeah, and April's no fussed, which is mental.
Oh, dear.
It has been a mental night, though.
You're right, Kat. It has been a hell of a night for everyone in this small farm Kansas town. Invaded by aliens, bounty hunters and all the rest of it. Laser cannon extensions, giant monsters, spaceships, mutilated cattle.
All right, just a classic Friday night then.
Just a bit of a night, a bit of a night.
So, Mikey, what did you think of this film?
It's class. I love this film. Right, I'm willing to see its shortcomings, for God's sake, but it's very of its time, and it's an 80s horror, and 80s horror is my favourite. Right? Because there's something mad cosy about it. Sometimes it's disgusting, disturbing. There's a lot of mad stuff in the 80s. But occasionally you get a film like this that just almost feels cosy. And I've said this on here before. I said it about Child's Play 2, and everybody thinks I'm mental for saying that the Child's Play films make me feel all comfy and cosy when I watch them. Because it just reminds you of being a child. It's like when I watched Kill Bill the other day. I was like a 16-year-old again for 4 hours. It was great. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, this film has a similar feel to me. Do you know what I'm saying? I said throughout, basically, you know, it's fun to watch and at least for me, cosy and nostalgic.
I think that makes total sense. Like, we've talked, as you said, with Child Play 2. Like, and also I think with the sort of family nature of this film, it does make it feel a bit cosy.
Aye, like there is little bits, like I said, like the house rebuilding, I don't know, it just feels nice or something. It's a weird, they don't quite get it right, I don't think. There's something strange about this film, that it feels like it should nearly be a scarier horror film, but it has been scaled back and they have slid things in to try and make it more cosy, family friendly.
Yeah, I agree.
But I didn't really care because I do like it, you know, all those elements. Similarities to Gremlins aside, it's a shame that they decided to tweak the script, I think, to make it more similar to Gremlins. They could have just went out on their own. They already had it different. It was much more sci-fi heavy, you know, different setting sort of thing. I know it was a small town, but it was a rural town in Kansas. It was different, you know what I mean? And I'm like, why make it similar to Gremlins? But we know why, because they wanted to make more money, and that's just what it came down to. That's what that Bob Shea guy wanted, is to make money out of this thing. But it could have stood on its own if they'd have tried to do that. The fact that it's similar at times does make it fun. It's a weird one, because like I said to you, I love the scene with the gremlin eating the E.T. thing and them causing chaos.
You called it a gremlin again.
Did I say it again? For God's sake. When the KRITE eats the E.T. thing and the family are hiding upstairs. But the thing is, it's silly, it's funny. The practical effects, which I've not mentioned at all. No, I did a wee bit, but they are class.
They are
the likes you didn't see new ever. Right? I sound like an old man. I didn't care. Right? I don't care.
You sound like an old man.
But I do. It's you know what I mean. And I didn't care. The kid's quite good, and I've seen some people say that the acting in this film's cheesy. I think sometimes that's by design for a giggle. Dee Wallace is here. Which is good. I enjoy the sort of tongue-in-cheek portrayal of sort of rural Kansas farmer family life. So it's like, kid, you've got these rural family for Kansas versus aliens, basically, is what this movie is. And it's sort of cool because you see how resilient the family are. They work together, they sort through their differences. They have very little and they still manage to defend themselves from an intergalactic invader. Come on. They fight like every family does, but the whole thing brings them sort of together. It's been done before, it's no new, it's cheesy, I like it anyway. It's basic, right? That's what it feels like a bit.
Yeah.
But we've got to remember, it was at a time when movies were like this, and I kind of like that it reminds me of those movies or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was 1986, come on.
Yeah. Lame kitchens were in, come on.
Mostly I actually enjoyed all the wee small references throughout to different things, including a couple of E.T. ones, obviously, with D. Wallace and all the rest of it. It was quite cool. So I like those little things in a movie. We're always looking for stuff like that when we watch a film.
Because we're nerds.
Nerds! So I was looking into what other people thought of this film, and I was kind of looking at different places. I look at Den of Geek, which is quite a good place to look. Rotten Tomatoes, obvs. Metacritic, and all the rest of it. And it's like, somebody said it was younger brother energy of the 80s in a nutshell.
I think that's pretty fair, actually.
I'm in a nutshell. How did I get into this nutshell?
This is crazy.
This is crazy. But whilst there's similarities to Gremlins, and they're obviously noted by various people, people loved the edgier tone and more sort of sci-fi heavy story in this one. And it's a good point, really, because this one really does roll. And it rolls into the sci-fi considerably more. I said that a minute ago, but it's true, right? People dig the humour as well, blended with the silly comedy thing, and I think we sort of did as well, to be fair. And compliments to the Super Chiodo brothers, whatever they're called, for their creature design. And this, and in Killer Clowns, to be honest. It's class. I think the critters look cool.
I think they look cool too.
And there are some negative comments about that, which we'll get to shortly, but I think they look class.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm not sure if they changed much in the subsequent sequels, of which there are 4, I think.
Oh, wow.
Critters 2, the main course. Critters 3, Sun, and then there's Critters 4, In Your Space, or something like that. I can't remember what they're called. But there's a few more.
Okay.
Leo DiCaprio's in the 3rd, I think.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, why people didn't like it, people thought it was a bit of a rip-off, obviously, whilst likely not being aware that the movie was sort of born before Gremlins was. But when you look at when they say the script was written,
yeah,
but the script was tweaked to be more like Gremlins. So,
I know.
Which we know that. Do you know what I mean? People thought the budget didn't result in very good effects.
Really?
Yeah, and especially in relation to the sort of slow moving and sort of less complex movements of the krites.
Okay.
So they don't move that much. They don't really do anything. Like even the one that gets blown up, just sort of, it's like they nudged it over.
Yeah.
But I liked that because I thought it was really funny, and I feel like if the one existed and it did blow up from the inside, it would probably do that. I don't know. But I don't think that I think they're fun. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know.
I clearly didn't care what I think, so what do you think?
There was points, like, I think their facial movements are really good and their eye movements are really good. I think the design of them, they look good.
Yeah.
And they still look good now, which is quite impressive. But I do argue that sometimes their movement in a space looks weird because they don't really move apart from in a ball. So like the one, as you say, the one with the firecracker that keels over, like sometimes the ones like on the porch and steps sometimes does look a bit like a hand puppet. Yeah. And that kind of movement.
That's true, yeah.
That kind of keeling over movement that does kind of just looks like a hand going, ugh. But I think given the budget they had, like 3 million, like, okay, it was 1986, like it's a lot of money to anybody, but in movie terms, it's not a huge budget even back then.
No.
So I think they did pretty well.
And people moan about the krites, but look at the cool other shit they did, which is like amazing in this movie.
Exactly, they did.
There's a bit in the church where the bounty hunter's changing into the priest, and his face, he's got this big wound on his neck, and it's all like pulsating and that. That's no easy to do. But anyway, and some guy for Variety, I had this written down, so if it was interesting, he said, it's a bit of wank, but I'll read it anyway. Irritatingly insipid and lightweight film, which unfolds with plodding predictability and leaves few cliches unturned.
Okay.
And I'm like, shut up. No, we're joking. No, he's right, to be fair. Whoever it is, this person is correct.
Yeah, I think that's a bit unkind.
It is unkind, aye.
Yeah.
But that's what a lot of movie critics do, don't they?
Yeah, that's true.
They're quite wordy, and they like to, and I love words, I'm thinking about studying again purely in that field because I enjoy the English language so much and how you can be so expressive with it and everything. I love it. But it's just so mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And also, this was a weird point, right? A lot of people said that they thought that the setup took too long. And that for a short movie, there's not enough, like the krite's coming too late. But I'm like, I feel like we got like quite a lot of krite action.
I feel like I could be greedy and ask for more.
Okay, fair.
But I think, as I say, for a 1 hour and 25 minute movie, I feel like you get kind of equal proportions of each. The arrival, the dealing with, and the kind of conclusion. I think it's pretty evenly paced.
Three acts, as they say, eh?
Yeah.
Aye.
But as I say, I think you could always be selfish and want more.
Aye.
But I think the set pieces they did make were pretty good.
Aye, all round, it's a bit of a mixed bag. I do feel that people do recognise this for its nostalgia and how sort of nice it is to watch, and especially if you like movies from this era. But listen, we can recognise the shortcomings, and that man from Variety, to be fair, kind of summed it up quite well. He summed it up using words that I didn't use, but has made the same points that we've made throughout.
Yeah, I think maybe slightly less balanced than we are.
Aye, well, we are quite balanced with most films. Mm-hmm. Until it comes to doing a Twilight one, of course.
Yeah, no, but then we balance each other out, and I love it and you hate it.
It's just fun to hate on it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's nice to be a hateful bitch.
Yeah, sometimes it is, yeah.
I'm kidding, I'm never a hateful bitch.
For me, this film sits in a really odd space where I feel like it almost could have gone down like a Ghostbusters route, actually. Yeah. Where they could have really brought it down, because it wasn't really, or they could have gone the opposite direction and made it really scary, but it did neither. At no point, I didn't feel there was any real peril at any point. Like, even when like Jay's being attacked in the basement, there was no real suspense at any point either. Like, it's very, this film's quite actiony. It almost feels like an action sci-fi film at points.
Aye.
Which is no bad thing, but I think if it maybe had a bit of a clearer direction, like you can see there's been kind of interference, because there's some stuff that is quite choppy changey. Yeah. Like the Power of the Night stuff, for example, getting dropped halfway through. Aye. So I think that maybe, like, and the fact that Steve's dead but nobody cares. Like, never mentioned, never talked about, nothing. No. So I do feel like there's a few sort of dangling threads, but it's an enjoyable journey from start to finish. Aye. In quite a short space of time, a lot happens. So it's definitely not boring. It still looks good, and I think it's quite a fun story.
Aye, it's lovably shite, eh?
Yeah, I think that's a very good way of putting it. Very good way. Yeah. You probably won't put that on the DVD box.
Plastered right across the front. Critters, it's lovably shite. Anyway, Kat, I believe it's time for the trivia.
It's time for the trivia. Kat gave us the trivia.
So if you didn't join us last week, this is the new trivia theme tune.
It's a bop.
Thanks.
So catchy. Corey Burton, who voices the critters, also came up with their language, which he described in interviews as combining elements of French and Japanese.
I don't know, like, to me it just sounds like... I just literally did the Martian language for Mars Attacks there, eh?
Yeah. That's what you sound all the time.
Like Cartman, apparently.
Charles Yodo said in an interview that he based the design of the Krites on the Looney Tunes character, the Tasmanian Devil.
Fair.
I can actually see it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that kind of squat, ovally shaped body.
And vicious. And
yeah.
I can't do it like my boy Jim Cummins does.
Of course not. He's amazing. So the town where most of Critters takes place is called Grover's Bend, and this is a
what?
Yeah, you see
Did
it.
you see this in the movie?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So when Jeff crashes his car, it's right in front of the sign.
All right, oblivious. Sorry.
It's all right. I only knew because I had done this before the movie, fair. So I knew to watch for it. But next time we watch it, we'll know.
There you go. Grover's Chase. What was it?
Grover's Bend.
All right.
And this is a nod to the infamous 1938 radio broadcast of War of the Worlds by Orson Welles.
Oh, that's a story, eh?
The broadcast reported aliens were landing in Grover's Mill and was performed so well that thousands of listeners believed the fake news reports were true.
It caused an absolute, as we would say here, an absolute stooshy.
Yeah, a furore, some might say.
Yeah, furore. Chaos ensued.
It really did. But yes, that's why the town's called Grover's Bend, which is quite nice.
That's cool.
Now, the logo on the bowling shirt.
I've been dying to know what this is, Purposefully haven't looked it up because I wanted to hear it here,
So you are wholeheartedly correct in that the logo on the back of the bowling uniforms is a parody of the iconic Ghostbusters 1984 emblem.
So this was 2 years later?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so Ghostbusters must be big property this time.
I think Ghostbusters came out at the same time as Gremlins.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong because I knew it came out at the same time as another famous film. And it wasn't this because it was 2 years later, so it must have been Gremlins. I don't know.
Interesting. The colours on the uniform also has a Ghostbusters reference. So it's kind of a pink collar with blue body. Yeah. And the colours of this match the colours of Egon Spengler's uniform in the real Ghostbusters animated series.
Oh, how good's that show?
I remember this. It was good.
I had the toys and everything. I mean, me and my brother had the firehouse.
Oh, wow.
And like all the Ghostbusters and various ghosts. It was class.
Very good. You must have loved that.
Between that and the wrestling figures and that, man, it was just childhood, eh?
And
As long as I was at home, my childhood was good.
just the school bit.
I didn't want to be a punching bag. At least I didn't have to be a punching bag in the house. So.
Yeah.
I say I wasn't a punching bag. I did have an older brother, so, you know.
That comes with what it comes with.
That's right.
The actual shooting of the film also proved to be a challenge.
Why?
Charles Cheedo said, the schedule was crazy. They were trying to jam a hell of a lot of special effects and puppet work and action into a very short period. Up to 7 puppeteers were needed at once under the set floor to operate one of the main hero puppets. They refer to him as a hero here?
A hero?
Yeah.
What, like the critters?
Yeah.
I said Gremlins again. I deserve a scalp for this. This is an episode about critters, not about Gremlins. Anyway.
Stephen Chiodo was the principal puppeteer, and Charlie operated the eyes. The situation became particularly difficult when directions were being given at the puppet itself instead of at the puppeteers.
You're not listening to me talking to the puppet.
No, just imagine talking to this little 1-foot puppet. Sorry, hero puppet.
Hero puppet, of course.
He said, we'd have 7 people below the stage floor, but up on top they only had 1 puppet. So they were yelling directions at the puppet. It was very frustrating and there was a lot of yelling and screaming.
Oh my God, it must have been so stressful.
Oh my God, it sounds...
You know what I mean?
7 puppeteers. 7, that's a lot of people in a tight space.
God, aye.
Last bit of trivia.
Mm.
This is the second movie with Dee Wallace, the other being E.T., in which her on-screen son heats up an oral thermometer in order to appear sick to avoid school. I
didn't even realise that. I had that rant earlier as well.
Yeah. In E.T., she is fooled by Elliot, but doesn't buy it the second time around in Critters.
It's quite funny, like.
She's learning.
She's learning. I mean, it was like a right creep there. Clever girl. I was thinking about that the other night when I couldn't sleep. I was lying there trying to get to sleep and I was thinking, I was literally just like watching Jurassic Park in my head. Kind of like the story about the lassie that watched Shrek in bed. You heard about that? There's a story of some lassie like posted a big thing about when she was a kid. And she'd watched Shrek so much that she could actually watch it without watching it. Yeah. So she'd be lying in bed just like no sleeping, just watching Shrek in her head. And she's like, my dad used to just poke his head in and go, stop watching Shrek and go to sleep.
Every now and then we'll randomly go to each other. Stop watching Shrek and go to sleep.
Stop watching Shrek and go to sleep. Anyway, I was watching Jurassic Park last night in my head and it was that bit there.
Did you have a nice time?
That was good, clever girl. All right. There was no Wilhelm scream once again, Nain. But hey, we're going to keep watching out for them.
Damn right.
Favourite line, Kat? Have you got a favourite line from the lines discussed or any others you might have noted down?
I do. And I'm afraid it's going to be very predictable.
Why?
This phone is dead. It's delivered so well.
Totally.
The long run in. So good.
This phone is dead.
What? Aye, no shit, Sherlock. What about you, Mikey?
The clip I'm going to pick is the bit that's purely in KRITE speak.
Yeah.
With a gun blast in the middle for Dee Wallace. Once again, just to translate that for you, the lines are, they have weapons, and then the other KRITE goes, so what? Then the one that says so what gets blown up by Dee Wallace, and the other one simply says, fuck.
There you go, you know how to say fucking KRITE.
KRITE speak. Now, there you go. What about sounds? We had a few.
For me, it's definitely what I now know is the little computer voice.
No, that's the voice of the bounty hunters, according to you.
Yeah, weird faces, weird voices.
Earth is a culture of many contrasts. There are technological advances that...
Earth is a culture of many contrasts.
What the hell is that?
I just thought they were having a wee chat.
Interesting choice, I tell you.
What about you, Mikey? What's your favourite sound?
I think it's when the woman lands on the organ for no reason, apparently. Well, there is quite chaos going on in the church.
She gets blown up onto the...
True, but she just sort of falls into the organ and it just cracks me up.
It definitely adds to the drama. And also, I like to think it's her being like, not my precious organ, no!
Okay, right. Throws herself on organ. Aye. So, interesting thing, Kat and I normally do if they said the name of the film in the film section, and we never really noticed a good one. No, really. We've had a couple that are like Van Helsing, for example, where they say his name all the time.
Yeah.
But in this case, the name of the film is said in the wild.
Yeah.
And it was class, and I actually singled it out, so it's a rank rotten first.
Just go. These things, these critters.
There you go.
Yeah.
When he gets in the car and the two bounty hunters are in there, that's what he says. He
Yeah.
gets in the car, he slams the door, and he's like, "These things, these critters." It's so cheesy. It's cheesy as a triple mozzarella gorgonzola Swiss cheese sandwich.
Wow, that's a lot of cheese.
I don't know, it's not enough for your ma though.
No, she likes quattro formaggio.
Quattro Formaggio. There's a restaurant down the road that does a pizza called a Quattro Formaggio, and your mum orders it every time.
Yes.
She's the queen of cheese.
She is the cheese queen.
I don't know if she's going to appreciate being called the queen of cheese, but you know.
Maybe not.
Do you know why your mum rocks? Because she uses the Spotify comments. That's why.
Yes.
Right. By the way, do you know you go on Spotify? If you use Spotify as your mode to listen to this show, you can actually comment on episodes.
Yeah.
Please comment.
We love
go
it.
ahead.
We absolutely
At
love
some point, I'll read through some of the comments we've had because we've had them for the past year, and I've only noticed about 2 months ago that we had any.
Yeah.
Because I figured out how to log into it. So anyway,
it. There you go. That was a nice surprise.
it was. Right, Kat, you ready for some reviews?
Yes, I am.
Nice.
What do people think of this film? Again, do they love or hate this film? Again, what do people think of the film? Again, well, I'm going to hear some reviews then, eh? You know.
What a bop. Like, I was thinking about this earlier this week. It's got kind of Happy Monday vibes to it.
Oh man, I take that as a high compliment. Highly, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be your Bez.
Nice.
To
You
get the
can shake the
maraca
maracas around and be like, "Mad Farry!"
That's
Love
me
that
all the
guy.
time. Especially when it's Percy Pigs. I'm just like, mad for it.
Okay, I've had
One
too
of the
many
pigs.
Percys and I am. Ugh.
You done.
Percy Pigs and a relentless energy drink. No sleep in the night. I'll just be sitting in bed, lying in bed watching Jurassic Park in my brain.
Nobody can take that away from you.
Ta-da! So our first reviewer is called Michael A, and he gave this movie 5 stars. 5
5
stars.
whole stars.
And he said, "One word comes to mind whenever I watch this film: fun.
Okay.
It's a movie made for that reason and that reason alone. And sure, it maybe tries to jump on the Gremlins' fame, yet it tries to be its own thing at the same time. Interesting enough, this film was written before Gremlins, yet was made after. In the end, that doesn't really matter." Right.
Okay.
Because this film is a great tribute to the monster movies of the 50s and 60s with 80s charm. It's funny, entertaining, thrilling, and most of all, a great time. Like I said, fun is truly the best word to describe the sci-fi horror camp fest.
Excellent review.
Michael A's got going on there. I do like it was but that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I enjoy that.
Yeah.
Ben M gave it 4 stars. And then he said, "So I watched this on Tubi." All right, cool.
Nice.
And I got to say, it's not bad for a kind of sort of rip-off movie. As this came out in the 80s, I will not be judging the graphics or FX because there were some limitations to technology. It was kind of confusing, but yet again, limitations. It was kind of weird and strange, but the action definitely fixed it. Also, I do not like how the 2 teens were kissing on the ground in the hay. I hated that part. And also, they actually defend themselves yet again. They didn't call the police like most horror movies, but yeah, they did defend. Kind of cursed in a way, not the scariest movie. But besides that, this is a good movie. Definitely recommend it.
Are you sure?
I don't know. Ben seems a bit confused about the whole thing.
Yeah.
But hey, apparently it was on Tubi at one point. So there you go. Which
So-
is free, by the way. So.
It is. So kissing teens and some dodgy FX, which I would argue against actually.
Yeah.
Dropped a star.
You dropped a star. Dropped a star!
He dropped a star.
Lou T gave the film 2.5 stars. So right in the middle. As a lover of cheesier, scary movies, Critters has been on my list for a while. While this isn't winning any awards, it's certainly a fun time. With actors that are cheesier than Gouda, the personalities are larger than life and expressions are almost anime-esque. Unfortunately, it is a long feeling lead-up, with plenty of talking and character development before we get any action, which made the majority of the film boring and slow. Again, I don't think I agree with that.
I'm not sure I agree with that either.
No, but hey, it's up to but like I say, I mentioned it before. So this person's not the only person to say that. So though once the action starts, it is a fun ride all the way to the end. The critters are creepy, humorous, and genuinely scary, which surprises me. They are not more mainstream of a movie monster. This is a quick and fun film, so while it isn't close to perfect, it's definitely worth a watch.
Okay.
Relatively weighted sort of review.
It is,
Lou
and I
T.
agree with most of it. I think maybe where some people disagree with our opinion is that there's not a lot of critter action in the movie in the beginning, and it's slow to introduce that critter action. They're there, you just don't see them. And
Yeah.
I think that's maybe where we are having a difficulty understanding what people are meaning by that, and I assume that's what they mean when they're like, "Oh, it's slow." because you don't really see a critter until about halfway through.
Like one properly.
Yeah.
Aye. But then, like, look at Jaws, man.
Exactly.
We spoke about Jaws considerably in the first episode of this year.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, that first movie, you didn't see the shark, and it was all Steven Spielberg's genius to make it that way.
Exactly.
But in this case, show us some critters.
Aye, get your critters out.
Get your critters out for the lads. Right. Up the critters. Right. The next review was from Ted W. He gave it 1 star.
Uh-oh.
Yep. I needed to pick some reviewers that were a little bit lower at least. What the flip actual garbage did I just watch? I like the title critters. I like the critters themselves. But for some reason, they're not treated as the main characters that they rightfully deserve. The critters look fantastic and everything about them are perfect. But everything else in this movie is pure trash. The human characters are very generic and contribute nothing to the movie in any way besides being a detriment. The movie felt like it wanted to be the rated R adult version of Gremlins, but it failed on so many counts because the difference between that movie and this is the Gremlins have personality and want to have fun. Take a breath. Here the critters want to destroy and eat stuff, and that's it. I'm fine with that if they eat a whole town or something, but a little small farm in the middle of nowhere gets stale real fast. In the end, if there were more critters and way less humans, that would be perfect. But unfortunately, it didn't work out that way.
I'm not sure I agree with this.
Nah, me either.
Yeah.
Talking a lot of shite.
Yeah, like I don't think it would work if there was like the critters were the main character. And you
Aye.
saw them all the time.
No,
That
it
just
doesn't
wouldn't
work like that. It's not how a movie like this works. You don't just, you know, villains being the main character is something that's a relatively new concept. Do you know what I'm saying?
This film is quite cheesy. I think just as we've discussed the whole way through that it falls into quite a lot of tropes. And that doesn't make it a bad film, in my opinion.
Nah.
But I think if they had made it like so that the critters had like individual personalities that you saw, that would kind of make it even cheesier.
Well, I mean, you end up going into Gremlins 2 territory.
Yeah.
Because you've got the Gremlins that are all got different characters and stuff in that one.
Yeah.
You've got Greta, you've got the brain gremlin, you've got the electric one, you've got the big spider one, you've got the one that turns into a gargoyle. Like, you know, that's what you end up doing, really. So
Yeah.
Maybe they do that further down the line. And if they do, I'm into it. That's fine.
Yeah.
There is potential for us to cover the other Critters movies because they're all rotten. So,
Of course they are.
yeah, so this is the one. This is the peak.
This is as good as it gets.
I think so, as far as I understand. I've got the box set and have watched it, but it was a long while ago. Okay, got a couple of reviews left. We had a mystery reviewer. Perhaps it was Jack Nicholson. I don't know. Maybe it was, right?
Maybe.
Two stars, right? Liked the way the smallest critters passed away. What? Wait. Like the way the smallest critters passed away. That's what he said.
Okay.
In one early example, one of them swallowed a firecracker, grew confidence, and kept it in his mouth. Then the firecracker exploded. To that effect, the critter just fell over and died in silence. That's the review.
There you go.
Jack Nicholson, thanks, mate. Right. The last review we have was another mystery reviewer. Perhaps it was Natalie Portman. I don't know. 2.5 stars. 2.5 stars. Right. The critters trying to be kind of a parody of the Gremlins. Right, I'm sorry.
Gremlins.
It does say that. The critters trying to be a kind of parody of the Gremlins is a mediocre, bad tasting and awful horror, inverted commas, movie. Yes, the thing is that all the stupid plot makes the movie weirdly funny.
Okay. Yeah, I do like the stupid plot.
Fair. Thanks, Natalie. And also, I have to say, I normally look for a mix of reviews and I like to find ones that are ridiculous. I like to find a range. So we've got people who like and people who don't like the film. These reviews were found in an absolute sea of 3, 4 and 5 star reviews.
Okay.
I'm not kidding.
Wow.
I think that's awesome. Loads of people like this film, clearly.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people talk about it quite fondly.
It's clearly a mixed bag, but there's definitely a fondness for it.
Definitely.
It's got a fan base. You know, there is a Critters versus Gremlins discussion that goes on quite a lot. You know, I like to live in a world where both are enjoyed equally.
I think there's space for them both.
And they're both very different. Fact. And yes, one takes inspiration from the other. But the fact is, I'm glad we live in a world where we've got both Critters and the Gremlins.
Those darn Gremlins. Okay, Mikey.
What up?
So we've talked through the movie, we've done our analysis. It is now time for the rating.
The rating.
So the 3 categories we have are fresh, rotten and rank rotten. So starting with rank rotten, the question we ask is, was it fundamentally flawed and or not entertaining and we wouldn't watch it again? For rotten, we ask, was it flawed but yet still entertains us? And did we enjoy it because we were taking the piss? And for fresh, did it entertain us and did we enjoy the film for what it is?
It's kind of an interesting one, eh? Do you know what changes it when you do the rotten one is that end bit where it's enjoy it because we're taking the piss, which we do a lot of the time. But if it's the only reason we enjoy it, that's what that criteria means.
Yeah.
You know? So which one are you picking?
for me, this movie is fresh.
So it entertained and you enjoyed it for the film it is.
Yes.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I was kind of teetering on rotten because this is what we used to do. This film's rotten. It is actually a shite film, so we'll just say it's rotten.
Yeah.
Whereas now we've got this and it helps because it makes me go, well, no, it did entertain me. I did enjoy it for what it was. You know, I've said it countless times throughout this. But aye, cool, fresh film then.
Yeah, I think it is fresh.
Nice, we're turning this season around after a terrible start.
We are. Yeah, like I think I was kind of teetering on the edge of fresh and rotten as well. Like I do feel like I've got a bit of a splintery bum for this one. But I actually don't think I was taking the mick too much to enjoy this film. Like there was nothing, like the film itself
It had
was...
us laughing though.
Yeah. Oh, and it meant to make us laugh.
Aye.
So it's not like it was just ridiculous. It was making us laugh on purpose. It wasn't because it was just shite.
Aye, like when you read the synopsis for this film, you know you're going to be in for a laugh.
Exactly.
You're going to be in for a laugh.
It's going to be a riot.
Well, before we get on to next month's movie, I thought I'd mention a couple of wee shout-outs. Largely for our friends who started a podcast recently. They have started a podcast called Two Men and an English Major.
Yes, they have.
And these are friends of ours that we met when we were in America last time. We were in Florida and we met these amazing Star Wars fan fiction writing cosplayers in Galaxy's Edge.
It was incredible.
They were in their cosplay in the Star Wars in Galaxy's Edge, and it was class, and they were so nice to us.
It was so lovely to meet them.
So they've started the podcast. The three of them have started the podcast now, and because Lynn is studied English, and she was a teacher. They're actually doing this podcast now about books, and it's really funny. They just sit and they do what we do basically, but about books.
Yeah.
So they sit down and they've read the book, or at least Lynn has, and the other two commentate on the book or ask questions about the plot as Lynn goes through it. And it's quite good because I found it really useful because I'm looking to possibly study English myself. And I will say that Lynn has offered her help when I'm doing that.
What a gem.
Already, so which is awesome. But the podcast class, and I find it useful because like sometimes Shakespeare can be a challenge, right? Lynn's really into Shakespeare, and so they're covering it in a way, and they're telling a story in a way that I can sort of follow along to it in a much easier way. So when it comes to reading it myself, at least I'll know what the story is.
Absolutely.
Which for Shakespeare can make all the difference, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, I would 100% recommend Two Men and an English Major, and I'll put a link to their Spotify and their Apple podcasts in this episode's show notes. And they've made quite a few episodes already, man. So they've done a few. They've done like ones like the first one they did was Alice in Wonderland. They did Hamlet, which I found really interesting because I didn't know the story to Hamlet, so it was really cool, and I learned a lot about that. Beowulf was a good one as well, and they've done loads more. So it's class. They've even recently done a shorter episode where they did Jekyll and Hyde.
Oh, amazing.
So they're really going for it, and I think it's cool. So like, give them a wee check it out if you like literature and you want to learn more about it, because I've certainly learned. Like I was talking to Lynn about this. I was like, I've actually learned things from listening to your podcast, just so you know. Get what I mean?
Yeah, providing a public service. Good job.
That's it.
Lynn and the boys.
Aye, and the other thing was I had quite an emotional week the other week there because our podcast buddies all the way across in Texas have finished their Adventure Time podcast, Oh My Glob, which is obviously a podcast I talk about all the time. They've finished the series.
Yeah, it's
and
been
it
a
was
long journey for
emosh
them.
as hell, that last episode. And they're going to do the Adventure Time's had a lot of spin-offs, and they're going to do those too.
Good.
But they're also going to do a roundup of like their favourite episodes and all that as well, so they're working on that now. So
Excellent.
they're not gone, and they're going to
No.
be doing more, but it just felt like an end to something they've been working on for something like 8 years or something.
Wow,
They've been
that's
doing
a
it.
long time.
8 years on and off they've been doing it, but for long swathes of time, releasing weekly, for that long, it's pretty amazing. So I just wanted to say I think that's rad and well done.
Yeah, good job them too. And Amy, a power of work. Great job.
Aye, so good job. But anyway, speaking of podcasts, speaking of our podcast, what is next, you might be wondering, eh? Well, I'd say this. We've done a few movies now that have had higher scores. Now, that wasn't intentional, by the way.
No.
The past few films have been high scorers, all of them. Jaws 2, Minecraft, Critters is the 3 films we've done, right? So I think it's time to drop the score a wee bit. So I purposefully looked for a dropped score. But I had a text from Rab a wee while ago now, last year, out of the blue, and he said, Mikey, I want you to do Saving Silverman.
Okay.
right? It is a comedy, right? It's a comedy film with Jason Biggs, Jack Black.
Oh,
and
another Jack Black.
Jack Black is back on Rank Rotten, and Stephen Zahn as well, who you'll know for a few things. So it's a good laugh. It's a silly comedy.
Excellent.
Do you know what I'm saying? I will say this too. Last season we started doing a prediction for movies that one of us hadn't seen.
Yes.
Well, you haven't seen this one, so we'll be doing a prediction for it as well.
Excellent.
So what that consists of, if you haven't listened to one of the predictions before, we get to the end of the movie and I'll read whatever Cap predicted the film would be like at the end. It's kind of like we write a synopsis and roughly what we think will happen in the movie. So that'll be fun too. And also just to mention, I've mentioned a few times on here about the Wee Guy Club. Right? This was a Wee Guy Club movie.
Oh, right. The Wee Guy Club is back.
The Wee Guy Club is back. And back then, this film was released in this country as Evil Woman.
Oh, right.
Which might confuse some people. So it's Saving Silverman was the name of the movie, but it was released here under the title Evil Woman. And the DVD that the wee guy from the Wee Guy Club gave me was Evil Woman.
Right.
Aye. So actually, like, just to mention, the Wee Guy Club was a club that my mum signed up to when I was a child, right? You're laughing already.
Yeah.
The Wee Guy Club was a guy who came around, regular listeners will know this, but just in case you've no listened before or whatever, he came around to a wee catalogue, gave you the wee catalogue, you ticked the boxes for the films you wanted, the next week he'd come back and be like, here's the films, you paid him whatever it was, you had the movie for the week, and then he'd come and collect them next week and offer you new films. It was like having a video rental service to your door, which might sound really weird now, but then it was like revolutionary.
Was his name Mr. Netflix?
Okay, it basically was, right? And it's like, and this was before even Love Film was a thing, you know? Love Film, by the way, for anybody who doesn't know, Love Film, you used to order the DVD and it would arrive through your door,
Yeah,
and then you'd send it back in the post. It's mental. And it feels a wee bit like we're bringing back the spirit of the Wee Guy Club with this podcast.
I think we are.
And so I think it's nice when we do a film that the Wee Guy Club legit brought. And there's a few I've got listed.
Excellent.
And Saving Silverman is one of them.
Great.
I think actually at one point Kat turned around and said that you said that Rank Rotten fans and people that listen to the podcast are members of the Wee Guy Club.
Yeah, definitely.
And actually I will say this, Graham, right, my pal Graham Cram, right, he said he wants a Wee Guy Club t-shirt.
There you go.
I know. He was like, Mikey, when are we getting Wee Guy Club t-shirts? I was like, well, probably never, but you know, maybe I'll get one made just for you.
I was going to say, we'll need to do some sort
His
of special
birthday or
edition.
something.
Yeah.
And also, like, Ken, just while we're rounding up, we adjusted our schedule significantly. We've had I've said last time, I didn't need to go into it again, but we had some stuff going on, so we had to adjust the schedule a wee bit. So we did plan to do My Bloody Valentine, and if you listen back to the Jaws episode, I'm like, the next episode's going to be My Bloody Valentine. We didn't do it.
Yeah, I know.
Because it was pretty wild time. So then I posted online that we were going to do League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and then we didn't do that either.
No.
But we decided not to go back and try and fill the gaps, especially because one was sort of seasonal appropriate.
Yeah.
So we decided to try and do that next February. Now, I'm going to have some stuff going on next February. We're going to see how it goes.
Yeah,
hopefully
absolutely.
we can
That's the
still
plan.
do it. Right?
Yeah.
And League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, we're hoping will come this year.
Yes, we're still planning to do that
We've
later
got
this
it
year.
listed for later this year.
Yeah.
If no other emergencies or nonsense occurs, all right?
Yes.
We didn't want to keep squiffing our plans about, basically. We had a cool plan and we didn't want to keep going backwards, and we just wanted to keep going. Even then, we did still shuffle things around a bit because I really, really, really wanted to cover League of Extraordinary Gentlemen for your dad.
Yes.
Because your dad wanted us to do it, and I was like, no, I need to do it, so we have moved it around so we can do it.
We have. Yeah, we've got a plan down for later this year.
We had to shift the plans around to combat various freaking disasters, essentially. And I know that those listening will understand. If you were looking forward to one of those films, we'll get there.
Yeah, they're not cancelled, they're just delayed. Like ScotRail.
I know, you had a hard time with ScotRail this week.
Yes, I did.
When everybody trying to cram on the train, there wasn't enough space for, as usual.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been nice to come back regularly, sort of semi-regularly. We did plan for monthly this year. It's been a bit squiffy, but we're going to try and keep getting there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
I'm excited for Saving Silverman. You've not seen it. I remember some silly shit from the movie. It's really silly. I think it's going to be a fun time. So we'll see you next time for some Wee Guy Club, Jack Black, Jason Biggs, Stephen Zahn, silly comedy bants.
Excellent.
Yeah, and I can't remember the last silly comedy we'd done. Maybe it was Jingle All the Way, I guess, at Christmas, maybe.
Yeah.
Aye. My mind always just goes straight back to Hubie Halloween, because that was the last, truly silly comedy I remember. It was like, silly.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think Saving Silverman's as silly as that, but it's still silly. So it'll be a good time.
Just what we need after a tough start to the year.
I
And a
know.
good giggle.
Some laughs. I think that's what we've had, really, because we came back, we had Minecraft, we had this, which was a total blast to cover, and we've got Saving Silverman next, which is a silly comedy, which will at least be a bit lighter for us again. So that's pretty sweet. A wee reminder, we mentioned it at the start, but you can get in touch with us if you want, and we'd like to hear from folk.
Yeah, we would.
Do you know, email, socials, whatever. The email is rankrottenpod@gmail.com. It's in the show notes. And also, all of our socials are at rankrottenpod.
I know, we got there before anybody else.
Again, it's like TikTok, Facebook's, I think you have to search for it on there. Rank Rotten, Rotten Movies podcast on there. Instagram's at Rank Rotten Pod. Blue Sky. Threads, whatever. They're all there. Leave comments if you want on Spotify too. If you didn't want to go to social media, you're listening on a platform, leave a comment.
Yeah, we'd love that.
Like I've said, we only found out we had access to them a wee while ago.
Yeah, lovely surprise.
Can't wait to say. Please feel free to get in touch with whatever you want to say. Get in touch with feedback. Get in touch telling us about a movie experience you had, a favourite movie, a movie you despise, whatever you want. Just we'll read it out.
Yeah.
Be a laugh. So, we'll see you at the end of May, given that this is the start of May. Whoops. April's episode started May, right? We'll see you at the end of May. And remember, if you're having a shit day or a hard time or are a bit fed up, just channel the power of the crite. Power of the crite. Wee! Wee! Bye!
Bye!